How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. So very excited to be getting into our 19th episode of Terraform. A lot of things are coming to a head, and I'm very excited to see how they fall. I myself am not totally sure how all this is gonna go. I've simply set up all the dominoes for the party to knock over as they see fit. I am Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of the Longshot table. It is my honor to have these amazing creators here with me today. The talent is talented, I will say. If you are interested in catching up on our 3, soon to be 4 weekly streamed campaigns, you can head over to the YouTube Longshot, where you can then get caught up, as well as see some of our summer series, of which we have a couple of those coming up as well. And if you would like to join our community, and most importantly bingo, you can head over to the Discord and get affiliated with us from there. There's also a podcast. This particular party is banned from listening to the 2nd episode that just came out, as it has to do with things. Very excited. You can. It is the podcast is called Insight Check, and you can find that on Spotify and YouTube. I've got a Patreon if you want to support me further, where I can teach you how to DM like me. And of course, hit up the Instagram for the amazing shorts that Annie has been cooking up. I think that's it for me. Let me throw it over to Ben Brainard.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard, and you're watching
Tuesday channel.
Sir Feffers channel.
It's just you got to draw the beard with the swoops.
Nailed it. First try. We all knew what was happening. Anyway, I'm playing Zito Barbera, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian, and he's relaxed.
Oh yeah, like
I
very
made the
relaxed.
save, but he's relaxed a little bit, which
He's
I
big
fear
chillin'.
may have just relaxed his ability to restrain himself. He has been showing a lot of restraint lately and not punching things when he's wanted to punch things, and now he's calm. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, I'm on tour. St. Louis and Kansas City coming up in April, which is soon. We'll pass it off to Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master of the LARP Heinefall. Check us out at heinefall.com. We have a great event coming up in April. We have 9 events throughout this entire year, all coming together at our November's Grand Gathering, which is a long 6-day event held at the Sherwood Forest Fairground. It's an absolute blast. If you like playing D&D or watching D&D and you want to try and experience living the life of a character out in the woods with foam swords and all that craziness in a medieval village, getting to play your own plot lines, go on quests, meet cool NPCs, and get in epic battles, come check us out. It's a blast. The community's amazing. You can join our Discord too. But it's great. I play Robin Ashfall. She is a tiefling druid rogue. She keeps getting this close to getting her brother back, and then the thing that she needs keeps getting taken, or is far away, or she has to find it, or it's halfway done, so she is getting frustrated. And she's getting to the point where she is getting fed up, and she is going to get what she wants, no matter the cost. I'll go pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, my name's Shane Whalley. You can find me everywhere, Shane Whalley. I'm playing Sick of the College of the Road Bard, who is having a fantastic time fulfilling his promises with Amethyst and learning all these new magical things. There's a lot that's going to happen in this episode, I feel. A lot. And I'm super excited for it. The magical world is very open to Sika right now, and he is loving it. And so I'm excited to explore this episode with every one of you guys, and I don't want to say much more because I know I'll probably spoil some of my plans, so I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, welcome in. I think that's everyone.
Wow. Wow.
No, sorry. Sorry. We're gonna go to the one and only Siri.
He doesn't exist. Bye. Go Feff.
Bye.
So,
Jesus Christ. Funnily enough, I was going to do the joke of go last again, which is a running gag at this point, which I'm totally fine with. Don't change it now. But that just made it funnier. Hi, my name's Omega, also known as CritBard, the one who's still here. Almost said something, but I'm not going to say it because either way, I play Kazric, the Apothecary Alchemist, which is a Mage Hand Press creation. Shout out to them. Not sponsored, just love them. Kazric is an individual, very interesting is the best word for him. He's a very intriguing little bugger who wants to learn and grow and understand more of the world, both natural and magical, to try to find ways to, not resort to death and destruction, just a thought. And the way he does that is very, very, again, interesting. So we'll see what happens today as things are clearly not going to go down at all. Also, there's Reggie, who is his little homunculus servant, which is actually more like a weird dust cloud of chemicals and smoke and soot. And he is best boy. Yeah, that's Kazric.
alrighty. So the party finds themselves in the city of Pardon. They know for a fact that the noblewoman, the Lady Elstro Thorn, is in fact selling out her city and position to the invading elves. The war is happening on the other side of the kingdom, so this is a very subtle game that's being played out. The party knows that the elves have issued an army of Warforged that, as far as they know, has been lying in wait at the bottom of the ocean. There's a lot of stuff. Holic, the bastard, is dead, and his honor guard came and collected them, and they know where they've taken the body for that, as well as a couple of other things. But most importantly, they went to go see Amethyst Whitweary, who said, yes, of course I'll help you get your brother back, Robin. We just need to contact my sister, the head of the Coven. And then upon a little bit of time passing, discovering that Struan Whitweary has been taken by Lady Elstro's forces and is now residing in the dungeons of the Obsidian Hall. We start now in this Throne Tavern, which is now being slowly put back together by a very upset Amethyst Whitweary. And the party is once again at an immediate dead end. I'll do it in character. Thank you for aiding me. I promise to you that mine sister will be quite thankful and most able to help. She is more powerful than I. She is a hag.
That's not a nice thing to call your sister.
I think Kazric's eyebrow, still slightly singed, raises, not in like a ill hag, but in a ooh hag type of way.
Sika's gonna be like a little smile, a very enjoyable, happy smile.
Robin, it just goes over her head.
Hags were briefly like us. But undergoing a rather brutal transformation has brought them much power. She is a sea hag, and I love her with everything in me. And these two little shits, Coterie and Connie, kind of look up. Will also be around to aid their auntie, Auntie Amethyst? Yes, Auntie Amethyst. Good. Yes, dear.
If she transformed and it has something to do with the sea, is she a mermaid?
I thought you meant it was like C, as in like the letter C, like Cody.
Oh, wait. So what does an A and a B one look like?
No.
Well,
C as
how are you
in-
old enough to be using those words?
What?
C as in the ocean. You were dead on at the beginning, though I don't think she's quite a mermaid, but I'm sure she'd be flattered. She'd be more akin to a siren, I think. Yes, dear.
I turned into a seahorse. Does that make me a sea hag too?
It does not, but that is quite impressive. How long have you
Okay.
been practicing the druidic arts?
Nope.
She doesn't want to accept that she has a natural affinity for nature in a way that really doesn't mesh with her brain.
You
I'm
are in
not
fact
a fan of
prodigy.
nature. Nature and me have not been very, coexisting.
It's actually been very good for her. She just doesn't want to admit it.
I
Not
like
at all
the city.
quietly. Zito looks at Amethyst. He goes, "Shh. She doesn't know she's a druid yet. We're keeping it a
Of
secret."
course, I don't have Robin doesn't like nature for the first time in weeks.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Chat, head over to the Discord if you want to get in on the bingo.
Bingo! Sorry. Not sorry. I think Kazrick's always going to tease Robin about her disdain for nature. One, there's a little. Does he find it slightly disrespectful? Sure, but he's not going to like reprimand for it at all because that's not his position. But it's just funnier because in a different world he'd be a druid, a true druid. Instead, he was just raised by one, and so just amusing to see someone try so hard to get away from it, even though Darko is a clear manifestation of their druidic abilities.
I don't get along well with the circles anyway, so I think we'll find our way, you and I.
You know? Why not?
They are their own kind of political. And I detest
I think there's politics involved at all. We just, just respect nature. I guess if there's rules to that, then I guess that's political, if that's the definition of politics.
We agree on
But
many
no,
things,
just-
actually, but how they govern and how they structure within themselves and others, I just disagree with. Yes, dear.
And what are the disagreements? I am very curious now because my mother is an archdruid, and I feel like I should just know so I could take some interesting opinions back. So they, if they are doing something wrong to witches, then we can work on that. Maybe.
Make a persuasion check as she grows a bit more cautious, and she says, to be clear, I don't have any thing to say or comment on about any one particular circle. It's more of a, what'd you get?
How does a 0 sound?
Oh, no. She goes, I
Natural
would never.
1 for a 0.
I would not be.
Of course. Continue.
Maybe another time. Though it's good to know, I will tread a bit more carefully.
Oh no, it's
Wait,
fine. I
did they
just
take the cat too? Oh, thank God. Zito wants to plop down on the ground and pet the cat.
I'm so glad you mentioned, because we'll need her help as well. Colleen and the cat.
Oh.
Mid-pet. Do you think you could be
is
more,
it
little
Colleen
more...
or Colette?
Colleen. I've never used the name
it's
Colette
been Colleen
before.
every episode.
Why did I put in Colette? Was I high? I wasn't, but clearly.
For the record.
That's wild. Okay, Colette. No, Colleen.
Colleen, dear, do you think you've learned your lesson? Don't embarrass me. As she waves her hand and magic sounds, excuse me as I turn off my notifications.
It worked. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
goodness
I was like, wow.
That's so odd. I downloaded a new template and it hijacked my alerts. Hey, come on now. Oh, also, Vault, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. I don't want you to think that we don't appreciate that. We very much do. It just startled us is all. Bop, bop.
Bad Americano.
My themes are gone.
Wow.
I lost all mine too. I don't know how they've just disappeared.
Let me just smack this thing real quick into silence. Bop, bop. Somebody else talk.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to The Price is Right, where everything is underpriced.
We should talk about who took which magic items from last episode.
Oh, we should, because
I have the ring and the shield.
I have the orb.
What were you
Got
saying,
the
CB?
dagger.
Nope, that
Okay.
was fine. The scarf is left. We potentially talked about putting it on Nop.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just holding the scroll of Wall of Force. It's not something I should be casting as the non-caster, but that's the only magic item of those groups that I got.
So, Feff, when
that
it
should
comes
be
to
good.
scrolls, I know technically rules as written, scroll needs to be read by, like, the type of caster that the
Yes.
spell belongs to.
What I'm going to do instead is it does require a caster, but even though it's a wizard spell, a bard or a druid, for example, would be able to cast it if they have the spell slots reached. They don't have to use the spell slots, but they have to be capable of that level of spell slottage.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
how spell scrolls work. And that became
That's-
clear.
Nobody really
after
knows how
last
spell
episode.
scrolls work, and they should just be like, "Oh, a scroll," and then you read it. But
It's
it's
not the same. No.
It's not. So, who has the orb?
Me.
Okay. The scarf we're potentially giving to Nop. Who has the knife of returning?
Robin.
Okay. I have the shield. CB has the scroll. Who has the?
But I'm
glove?
gonna. Someone else should just have it. There's no reason for Kazwick to have that.
Oh yeah. There's only 2 people in this party that should have it, and it's not me or you.
Yes. That does mean. I just want to say that does mean Kazwick gets nothing from this hall, but that's also okay.
Not yet.
Well, not yet, but I was
But
saying
you're
from
right.
this specific hall,
Yeah.
it will mean Kazwick has nothing from, but that's fine because he just got 2 items before that, which were great. So, yeah, I will honestly Wall of Force. I'm gonna give it to Sika, because they are our crowd controlling character. So yeah, you can keep that,
Cool.
and then put the scarf on top.
Are you proficient with shields, Kazric?
Yes, but if it wasn't if it's not a bulky shield, there's a potential. If it can be like here, but like he uses
You
his
need your
hands,
hands.
so
Yeah.
as long as I have one hand, but like I thought it was very weird for me to have a shield, but also be making all the things that we've kind of set at.
Well, now
canon.
you got your gloves too that you can command to make stuff for you if you had your shield.
True, but it's not the same. That's the thing. He put those things on because it's better for me to just have expertise versus have somebody help me. And Reggie helps me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we just keep it as is. You can keep it. I'm fine with this. The force resistance would be nice, but it's okay. I just need armor. Continue.
Yeah, I need my AC to not
I
be
need
13.
my AC.
Same.
We're
All of us
also-
need some sort of armor.
Making a note. I have that note many pages back.
If it wasn't for
Whenever I
those golden,
see someone slightly my size wearing armor that looks like medium to light armor,
Yeah,
I'm
it has to
taking
be light
that.
for Kasric. Wink nuts.
light for Kasric. Okay.
Light.
Darko has the highest AC in the party.
the only armor I'm
He's a
getting is from the
fast boy.
golden bracers I have. So,
Okay.
which I will find a way to use.
With a wave of the hand, Zito, you are suddenly snuggling a woman.
Oh,
immediately hands up.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Zito and a cat kissing in a tree.
The hands come up.
What'd you do to the cat? It's not you're like, I'm not upset.
Colleen's going to turn to you and he goes, "You have very big hands." And she's going to stand up, brush herself off, and
Not the
offer
first
a
time
hand,
I've said that to me.
offer a hand
that
down
mean?
to Zito.
You have soft fur.
Thank you, darling. And she's going to, oh, good heavens. And she's going to have to like put a foot up against the wall and really heave to get you up. She turns and curtsies to her mother, who is looking on with a raised eyebrow and a disapproving look, not to Zito or the actions, just to Colleen in general.
Zito still slowly puts his hands back up and then moves like one step away from Colleen.
Colleen.
Mother, okay.
Colleen, I need you to do your thing and infiltrate the Obsidian Hall. Will that be something you're capable of? We need another angle. Yes, Mother. Good. Don't be... I know the allure of power means much to you, but it should not be found in politics. There's nothing but snakes there, understand? Yes, Mother. Now get into that den of snakes.
Infiltration seems to imply a breaking and entering.
We can come in however we want. However we want to take a crack at it, we'll just have a hidden knife tucked away. And besides, rarely does Colleen manage to go anywhere without being invited in. She kind of smiles. I'll be about it. And she's going to, as she turns to walk away, just do a little, oh dear, there's something on your lapels to Zito. And if you look down, she boops her nose and heads on out.
Wait, I'm good at sneaking. Does she need help sneaking?
We're not sneaking anywhere. Also, that's the first time anyone's booped my nose in, I think, 20 years.
I would do that. Would you? I'm not really proficient in booping of noses, but if you want me to, I could. I would just need to find a chair. You're tall.
Well, that usually is the problem, I feel.
No. Then I should not boop any noses. Unless you want me to. Then
Colleen, she's not particularly sneaky. She's just looks to the rest of the party. Good
Do
with
we have
words.
a picture of Colleen in the chat?
I don't think we do, unfortunately.
How much
one
does she
from-
look like her?
I mean,
Not at
I
all,
know what-
actually. None of
I
these.
know what her mother looks like.
Mhm.
She pretty.
She is pretty. And none of the children, whether it be Connie and Coterie or Colleen here, share a likeness whatsoever with their respective mothers.
Oh,
If
yeah,
we
I
have a
remember.
picture still lurking around, Annie, from the last, I think it was 2 seasons ago when Colleen made an appearance.
This is last year.
It was last season?
Or last season, yeah, because
Oh.
she was...
I would
with
be
Taiwan,
wildly
Brainard.
impressed, but don't, like, hurt yourself looking for it, because it's going to be way back there
how
somewhere.
do you spell Colleen?
Colleen, I believe.
Excuse me.
I need to
No.
get a few things in order. Why don't you all tell me once you have a plan and are ready to act upon it?
I do have a little bit of a plan. How are you feeling about what I mentioned earlier to give us power inside?
My dear, creating a coven is not so similar, is not so easily done as you might think. There are there need to be 3 hags who come into an alliance. And once that alliance is formed, then power breeds.
Well, what if I was to let you know that I can go beyond that?
There's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Things not being said. What are you doing? Is it like helpful? Do you need us? Do you need bombs?
I
No,
would
no.
love to have Amethyst, your nieces, and Sika looks to Robin and Robin in a way to help us be unified temporarily for whatever's to come.
I am not a hag.
Nor am I.
So it's not a coven.
I would not offer this if I didn't trust you with possibly my life.
Just gonna make an insight check on that. Talk twice. I assume you're being honest.
Yes.
Make a persuasion check that beats my 18.
That means
God,
keep trying
it's-
until you do it.
Thank God that I have the stuff that I do for this.
Fucking bards.
Not to sound rude, but I kind of got used to petting a cat when they all talked about magic stuff.
You see Reggie like
That took a lot.
sidle
I
up,
got 20.
like float up.
Super down for pets.
Right? You see like these weird spaces that are negative where its eyes would be, and he's like looking up like,
Zeta will try it.
It's like petting cotton candy. If the cotton candy was fireworks and like seltzer, just tingly.
yeah, very like the idea of like I'm gonna say condensation, but like soda carbonation. Like it's just kind of bubbly
Rocks.
around. Yeah, like pop rocks.
Oh my
That's
god,
right.
you found Colleen.
I mean, Zito's hands he's got the wraps around them, and they're probably also pretty calloused anyway, so he would not be bothered by the pop rocks. But
You swear you hear a purr, but nothing's coming out of their mouth. It just sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reggie probably feels like he's being pet with steel wool.
All right.
I think he probably finds that enjoyable.
Yeah, he's probably into it, if I'm being so honest.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
I don't know if it'll hit
Yeah.
the same for you, Zito, but that's the experience you're experiencing.
The tactile equivalent of licking a battery is absolutely yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's great.
Bit of zip. Thank you, Annie. You're amazing. What'd you get on that persuasion?
If it was not for being a bard, I would have failed this, but I just hit 20.
Okay.
Okay.
I will allow you, against my better judgment. And she looks to the 2 nieces who are kind of like, we just met these fuckers, kind of a face. Against my better judgment, I will bring you into the Coven. Anyone who's interested, for a time.
I don't need to join yours.
Well, then you're going to have to find 3 hags and get them to to agree.
Please,
I have found
please,
that it is easier to just go with love.
please allow me. He comes in close. I have traveled and I have explained this before with my journeys. I have learned many things that don't come on paper anymore. I would happily share this knowledge with you the instant it is finished.
Still a little confused, dear.
So I'm
No,
if you
I
want
think-
me
I
to
think-
tell you, I
No.
can, but it's totally safe. Robin, I planned this out. I promise.
I think Kazric just peeks around like Sika's. He's not really like that's their thing, but I think he peeks around out there. I think the important aspect is whatever they're doing, they're not putting you into a coven because they don't have the ability to do that. So whatever this is in coven work. I think that's what they're scared of, right?
You know, there was this old man who used to call the woman who raised me a sea of a hag. Would that work?
I just need you to trust me.
Okay.
May I?
You've given me no reason not to.
Okay. So we're in a house right now, right?
You're
Okay,
in
we
a tavern that is slowly being, that is closed and is slowly being.
Amazing. Roll up my sleeves a little for this. So Sick is going to quickly look around for a goblet. And he hopefully will find one.
Yeah.
And he brings it back and it's just like, okay, Robin, please stand to my right. Amethyst to my left. And the other two, please, right there.
Connie and Coterie kind of move over.
Robin's giving sass,
Okay.
but she's doing it.
He looks back to Zito and Kazric because I would love if you could step 10 feet away, please.
Only 10.
If you come closer, I can't promise anything, but I like
Am
to say...
I allowed to walk farther?
Oh, of course, by all means. If you wish to go farther, by all means.
Connie
I'ma take a
Amethyst,
walk.
is this okay? I honestly don't know, dear. But these are allies. I am able to determine that.
I hope once I start, you'll know what I'm doing.
Oh, that's...
I'm so excited. So Sika's going to look around. He's like,
Kazric is going to walk back as Sika requested. Probably head over to where Zito goes, but then like tips 5 feet away from Zito and starts working on a potion. So he's like, I do that.
Before Zito walks away, he's gonna walk up behind Colleen and just like hand on her back and go, if he... Oh no. I had a look. Sorry, my Zoom made me raise my hand.
it moved you.
Yeah. Zito puts hand. Is just gonna put his hand on Colleen's back and go, if he fucks this up, I want you to know that I will kill him for you.
You're saying this to Colleen?
Yeah.
Is Zito simping right now? Hold on.
Can't say that on Twitch.
What is happening?
No, that and one other word that I won't say. We also can't show our feet.
That makes sense.
That's funny. I think
Taylor.
that's been...
I believe the coin term is shrimping. You can say you have shrimp for dinner type thing.
Yeah.
Is what it came to.
I'm
Okay.
literally eating shrimp right now.
You ready?
Then yes.
This is going over Taylor's head. Like, what are we talking about?
So, okay, I'm ready.
I'll explain it when you're older.
Okay.
I'm taking
Then
this
Zito's
I'm
gonna
choke right
walk. He's gonna leave the tavern.
now. By all means, that's fine.
Colleen gives like a chime of a laugh before turning and walking away with a little bit of sway to her step. Probably intentional, but it is for you.
Ooh. Okay. So Sika's gonna
I'll
take the
acknowledge.
goblet and he's gonna hold it by the stem and pull out his water flask and pour some water inside. And as he does, he says, commiseration. And as he does, the lights around them dull and vanish. Holding the cup high, he begins to speak. Pillars of 5 now become 1. White circles form from underneath the feet of each person around us, spreading out to encompass their body, and the wind lifts up below them, drifting their clothes and hair into the air. Each sip once of his shadow cup, the cup falls into his clasping hands as black ooze drips out only to flow outside of it. Auspicate our pack under a shallow sun. As he says this, the white circles start to form ivory beads between each other, forming a connection to each dot in the center, before bringing back out to each other. May our enemies fear the unsung. And as he does, he drops the goblet upside down, and orbs of the black liquid seep out perfectly in front of everyone's face, ready for them to have a sip. As this dark purple ooze that is the scent of your favorite beverage is in front of you.
Robin sniffs it, looks at Sika, and is like mentally had worse, and takes it and drinks it.
Sika consumes his as well.
Amethyst leads the trio, partaking of her drink, and the other two, one coterie, she's full goth. She is like full goth emo, who just seems completely uninterested in anything that's happening, and she drinks it and puts it to the side. Connie, the bubbly one, is just very nervous and looking at Amethyst and looking at Robin and Sika and looking back to Amethyst and then drinking a little. And of course Amethyst also drinks. Yeah, sorry, that's everybody.
So as we finish drinking our portion, everyone's heart beats in sync.
Ooh.
And we all feel a breeze swirl us before it centers and dissipates with multiple voices shattering. I have just casted commiseration of my fairy toast. So all five of us have just created our own temporary hag coven. So in this coven, while in the coven, each of the participants can share spell slots among themselves.
Yeah.
Spells known by one member of the coven are known by all members of the coven for the duration, and can be cast using any of the shared spell slots.
Okay.
Give me the spell list. Give me.
That is actually what the Coven do. They share spell slots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get ready for the. Okay, you guys got your pens out?
Can you just screenshot their spells on D&D Beyond and send the screenshot?
Yes.
I can look them up individually from there.
And I'll happily just make a PDF to send over for mine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have to send you mine too.
How do I screenshot again? It's Control Alt Print, right?
Windows Shift
Yeah.
S.
I was completely wrong.
Wait, really? Windows Shift.
I am muted.
Windows Shift.
Sorry.
What?
Windows
You can use
Shift S, and then you use your mouse to square off what you want.
Gotcha.
It doesn't do that for me.
You can also use the print screen key if you
Yeah,
have
the
it.
print screen, yeah, if
Okay.
you have that. Or just look up snipping tool.
I hope this works
Yeah, print screen works fine for me.
for you guys from mine.
So
Yeah, no, this shit's
Fair.
working.
is it
Not even just print
if you
screen.
hold the Windows key, the Shift key, and then hold the S key, and while you're holding those, click and drag the area that you want. No?
What kind of computer do you have?
I'm on a Windows.
Oh,
And you don't have the print screen key?
No, it normally works. No, I got the print screen key. It's just nothing's happening.
you know what might be happening? Check your folder that your screenshots go to. It might be auto doing it. I don't know.
Yeah. It isn't. But there's other screenshots with which I've used these hotkeys for. Tell you what,
There.
I will
Send them to us at our
share the
first break.
character sheet with you guys.
Oh, that works.
Oh, cool.
That way you can click on it and be able to
Oh, I'll just do the same then.
Did my link I sent you guys work? Because I've had issues sharing my PDFs before. I just want to make sure.
where'd you send it?
In chat.
Ooh, Jesus. While this is happening, Zito and Cadric just kind of watching magic users do magic things. And he just, I think as it's happening, Cadric kind of leans over as he's working on a very sticky substance. What made you want to be a fighter?
Well, I'm a very large creature, and also I was a was more or less kicked out of my village at 6 years old for being the smallest creature, which I've tried to not let bother me, although I do take a lot of pride in being large now, so I don't know whether or not that is evil. Either way, it doesn't matter. I ended up in my travels finding this island, Laurent. There's a city there named Arcade. When I got there, 6 or 7 years old, they had like this coliseum, and I would watch this minotaur named Shaxus fight in there. He was just an unstoppable force. And I knew at that moment that is who I wanted to be. And then I got knocked out by a god or something. And it was pretty damn cool.
You have a very eclectic memory, I guess. Very interesting.
I am not sure if you are using the word eclectic correctly.
I'm probably not,
I will
but
say thank you.
I don't know, I was always curious why, you kind of burst in. You said you wanted to leave, and I think you still probably want to leave, which is fine. But I was just curious to, I don't really know a lot about you, and I feel like they're, sharing bonding stuff and drinking stuff, which I would like to taste at some point, just to see if I can, I don't know, experiment on whatever they did. But you just didn't know a lot. I don't really know what your going home is a admirable goal, but I guess in the same breath, what if you don't go home? Who is Zito without the home?
Good question.
Well, two things I should say, I think, in response to this. One, it has been quite some time since someone asked for more information about me. In times of war, it's often smarter to not get to know the people you're fighting next to, because it only makes their deaths harder to deal with.
But it also makes you fight harder to keep them from dying. It's very easy to throw something away if you have no symbolic connection to it, be it family or friends or just how you feel. But if you don't know someone, then sometimes when those hard choices come out, it doesn't happen as quickly, I guess. I don't know. My tribe, we know everyone. You should. The group dynamic helps with sustaining and knowing what the end goal of each other is. And if you're not like my new tribe, technically, with everyone here, then it's not a coven, but still. Just to let you know. So, when I throw the next bomb, I know why I'm throwing the next bomb.
I understand what it is you are trying to say, Casric.
I don't word good.
It is okay, friend. And I will ponder your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas. These are not the first time I've heard things like this, but often people who fight like I do and are the size that I am, we don't necessarily get the grace of learning about who we are protecting before we are simply thrown into the battle. And honestly, the way that I fight, sometimes it is safest to not have friends nearby. But may you never have to see that. To answer your question about what is Zito without a home, Zito. I was expelled from my own village at 6 years old. Zito has never known home. I just have things at the house I'd like to get. Ooh, and also my bed. I would like a nap in my bed.
Well, then I will do all I can in my explorative journey to help you get back to your bed. Well, hopefully
Thank you, friend.
come back.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't want to just have you gone forever.
2 floating.
Clap you on the back, and then go.
By the way, do
Ow.
you speak Leonin?
No, I speak tree.
Not quite the same.
You're both tall. I didn't know if it coincided. No, if you could teach me, I can learn. I don't really know what a Leonin is.
They're like lion people.
Nope. No, sure. Yeah, I mean,
No. Unsure of what a lion is or a
I know what a
people?
lion is, and I know what a people is, but lion people not necessarily. Tabaxi?
No, those are the house cats of cat people.
Oh.
No
Nope.
offense. He stops it.
Finishes up the thing and corks it, and you know it's again very viscous and something you don't want to touch. And you see that he actually he's typically kind of not reckless with the way he creates, but like he's the type of person where like think of a chef who's cooking a thing and he'll like taste the meal as
Messy,
he's cooking
haphazard.
it. Yeah. But like he has not tried to touch or taste this at all because whatever he made is very, very much not for consumption or touch. I'm just gonna put that in the pot. But
Sika,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
you two share something now, this connection. For Robin, you are introduced to a profound longing and a feeling of displacement, and it's not like a crippling displacement, but it is a jarring displacement. Sika, you're mad at yourself now. You Robin's animosity from the I wouldn't call it gaslighting. I'd call it omitting certain things out of selfish reasons. Or self-focused reasons. I'm
Lack
trying to
of
make it as
finesse.
amoral as possible. Is now reflected in you and deep-seated and all of the rampant emotions of 3 young women are now bombarding you. Well, 2. You don't sense much from the goth.
I love that so much. He's just like, he's gonna try and keep his composure as much as he can because he's like, I just did something I've been longing to do for so long. I gotta make sure I keep my composure. So he's happy, but like, still. Oh my god. Maybe he has like a little bit of like an emotional sense where his eyes water a little bit, but
Amethyst seems to clear a bit, and she goes, this will help. I also truly hope that my sister's wrath over this is something we'll be able to laugh at. And Coterie goes, so you got us into this fully knowing that Mom would not be okay with this? Your mom is not okay with a lot of things, and she is okay with a lot of things that I'm not okay with. Call it a fun day with your aunt. Damn. It's like I'm taking you out of school so we can go eat. Like when you were children and you thought school was important. And she rolls her eyes. Come on, it'll be fun. Also, and she's going to hop over to Robin. I'm Connie.
Hi.
Oh, you're like my sister. She walks off. And Coterie just looks at you. Does a bit of a nod and kind of looks away.
Robin is like still like trying to figure out this like out of place feeling because she has had it as like a little street urchin and stuff like that before, and like not having her parents around and having, a brother who's not her real like blood brother and stuff. So, but it's like weird because it feels different, and she's like trying to figure it out because there's a connection that she's feeling, but she's not understanding. So like normally she would be more wow, but she's just like
Make an insight check.
Okay. 11.
You didn't have a lot to lose in the first place.
Right.
Sika had a very large family and lost all of them. There is a greater loss by quantity, and it's not that it's more or anything like that. It's just the feeling hits different because of a different kind of context.
Yeah, she's gonna ponder on it and try to understand it because it's not a feeling that she would really truly understand. She's probably gonna eventually like collate it to like the kids that she would help around the other urchins and things like that around the town and stuff like that, and missing them. But yeah, she'll watch the peppier one walk away, and she'll just like kind of try and shake out of it, and she'll be like, sorry, hi, Ash, nice to meet you.
Immediately forgiven. She kind of bounces back over and takes both of your hands.
It was kind of made my brain a little fuzzy.
We're in a coven together.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh, yay. We're gonna have adventures.
Yeah, I'm new to this whole doing spell things that apparently I can do. And now I feel like I can do what you can do. Can you teach me something that you like to do? What's your favorite?
Yeah,
I make wishes, so.
It looks to Amethyst, and Amethyst goes, not like that.
The Catholic also goes, no. No.
And I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
She said she makes wishes. Well.
And they work. That's how I got Darko. Like, wishes work.
I believe you. And yeah, and we're not as powerful as Ani Amethyst. But we have some fun abilities too. And you watch as she just casually begins wreathing herself in ice. And this kind of purplish bluish mist seems to kind of emanate off of the ice as it mixes with the air and the flesh. And Cody over there only does darkness.
Oh, well, that's okay. Darkness can be really helpful, especially when you're trying to like not be found by scary people and things.
She rolls her eyes, but to your surprise, Coterie, she kind of walks over.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I take after a little bit. Yeah.
You take after what?
I learned a little bit, not just about light manipulation, but also memory modification. I get it from Auntie.
Oh. Memory modification. What, like, you make people forget things?
Sometimes. Sometimes I change things that they know. This is the way of the witch. It's about seeming. And that has an effect. She goes into kind of a overall estimation of kind of the glamory concept.
Okay.
I might be saying the words wrong, and I do apologize. Seeming and being, and the difference between being seen and it comes down to how you see yourself and imposing a will, taking control. It's hard to explain.
It sounds hard to explain.
And you're not doing a very good job at it, dear. But we don't have time for that. What else do we need to do for preparation before we can begin?
Robin is gonna kind of like go to the side while they like start talking about preparation, and she's gonna try to mimic the thing that the preppier one did, of like the ice and everything. But she's gonna be like, but I want protection. Like I want to be stronger. I wish to be stronger. And she's gonna accidentally actually cast mage armor from Amethyst using a first level spell slot. So her AC now is 15 instead of 13 for 8 hours.
Would like to point out that is mage armor is a non-concentration spell that lasts for 8 hours, and you can cast it on anything that you touch, not just yourself. So anybody in this party that doesn't wear armor, which is all of us,
yeah,
can get an extra +3 AC for 8 hours, no
I
concentration.
wear armor.
Yep. I'm gonna Robin's
Hazard
gonna go
work.
over, and she's gonna be like working on this while everyone else is talking, and she's gonna come show it to everyone once whatever the next conversation is done.
Okay. Sicko?
This is as much preparation as I know of what we're getting into. The only thing I can say for all of us is when I was inside there, they have an anti-magic field. You may already know this, but it was surrounding... oh god, her name. What's her name?
You're talking about
The mother.
Lady
Elsro.
Lady Elsro.
It resides from her throne.
From her throne? Oh.
That throne is old.
Well, when I was walked to meet her, she was playing with orbs in her hand, so I assumed they would have come from there.
I haven't heard of orbs.
These 3 orbs, I believe it was 3. 3 orbs that she had in her hand, and she was playing with them like this.
Can make a history check. I have no earthly idea what that could be.
Is there something that Kazakh can potentially?
You weren't here for that episode.
But you started. No, that's fine. But the way you started casting and anything, is there anything that he sees?
Oh no, there were
not
3
casting,
solid.
but
there are
things
3.
he was doing.
There are 3 solid, I believe, silver orbs that she had in her. Two solid orbs that she had in her hand that she was just playing with when we were talking. And then Sika, entering the magic field, assumed it was coming from the orbs.
Kazarick, make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. At disadvantage. Nope. I've rolled 2 dice this game.
Okay.
Both have been natural ones.
Okay.
All of you still have my bardic inspiration, the bardic heroic
Don't worry about it
inspiration.
for this. Thank you.
Just so you guys know, just so you know.
Good job.
I had to use mine.
Robin leaps into the center of the room with mage armor cast. Connie claps.
Okay, it's not ice, but I don't really like the cold. I much prefer the heat, so I don't know what this does, but look, it looks so cool.
Good job, Robin. Well, it's working. How long will this last, Sika?
8 hours.
Then we have time. Bring in the big man.
Big
He's
man.
right there.
Big man is outside staring after Colleen, as far as I can tell. Having a...
Ooh, I hear
he
wedding
have a-
bells.
No.
Zito, you stepped
she walked
out. Yeah, she left.
I didn't know that she walked outside.
Yeah. Well, I had her leave, and then you were like, I'm gonna talk to her. And I was like, all right, she's still here.
Oh. I thought she was in the...
Nah, she was heading out.
She went to go flirt her way into the place that we needed
Yeah.
to get into.
Oh, I misheard. Okay, Amethyst stayed, Colleen left. Got it. I thought Colleen was staying in the thing.
Nope.
No, I did
There's
not
a lot of
follow
C
her
names going
outside.
around.
In that case, that was not my
Okay.
intention.
Then, regardless,
It's just staring out the window. Long.
I mean, I might be standing outside, but I would just be like leaning against the wall and like looking at the sky or something.
Bring back in our big man. Let's see what else we need to do before we take on the Obsidian Hall.
Robin goes over to the more gothic one and I'm like, punch me.
She
Punch
does
me,
without
see if it
any
hurts.
hesitation. Does a 10 hit?
Nope!
So
She smiles.
Sika's gonna, so I was gonna say Sika's just gonna make his way to get Zito and just be like, Barbara, let's go.
well, so just so we understand,
Vera.
we're going to Obsidian Keep because Lady Elsro wants us. We have a reason. Sorry. So we have an invitation, correct, to go in, and we are seeking to do what? Are we gonna like oust or
Well, if what you have all
Rest.
learned is true, then the elves are going to be doing a bit of a coup.
yes?
Which
And-
sounds like politics, but they have my sister, so that's the important part for me.
I guess I'm asking. We are going in, and we probably won't leave the same.
Probably
And what I
not.
mean by that is, we're either going to let them know that we know what's happening, or get your sister, and all things are going to happen. So I'll be just prepared for stuff to go down.
And what I know is that we are coming back as per our request from our journey that we had to go and find
Soren.
Ilan and Toro.
Hmm.
And so now we're reporting back our findings, but I'm going to be honest, I want to make sure we get Amethyst's sisters back, but then I want to go check out this church, because if that's where they're going to be somehow reviving him, then I'm curious about that. But because of, especially with the intense feeling from being in this new coven, he looks to Amethyst and her nieces and be like, but I'm with you. I will help you find your sister.
And my sister will help you get back Soren.
Speaking of Soren, should he, and she like gestures over to like the cloak that's sitting in the corner, should he stay here? Should he come with us? And she like looks towards Soren. Do you want to stay here? Do you want to come with us? You can do like this first day and stand up.
One
for
mission,
go.
one fight.
I
He,
don't want to lose track of you. Something happens.
if I remember correctly, he's got the reflective gloves now. And the cloak is back on your person.
Oh, is it? He's just gloves? Okay.
Yeah, he's just gloves. He writes in the dust of the table.
Okay.
If you're going in, I'm going in.
Okay. Just one.
One mission, one fight.
Points at Zito.
Okay.
At this point, Zito's gonna slam the shield on the ground to get everyone to look at him.
Tinnitus. That he already has.
None of you swore the oath I swore to protect the people of this land from enemies both foreign and domestic. So whatever is about to happen, you at any point can choose to not take up this fight. However, I feel that we are all in agreement here that the people inside of that keep are enemies both foreign and domestic, and therefore my oath dictates that I must eliminate them in order to protect the people of this land.
Does that mean that we're gonna kill everybody versus just get in, snatch sister, get out? Because I'm okay with that plan.
The mission statement is to save. Do we have a name for the sister?
Yes.
Yes.
Struan.
Struan.
Our mission's our mission goal is to save Struan
Uh-huh.
and to make sure that the people inside that keep do not any longer present a threat to the people of this country.
There are a lot of ways to take that statement.
And hopefully, talking is the route they choose.
Okay.
As long as they don't, yes, I'm okay with this. Yes, I don't want them messing up what we have here, and it sounds like that's gonna happen. So.
All right. Well, let's grab our first break here.
Yes, buddy.
We'll
Good
be
idea.
right back.
That'd be good.
And we're back. Zito is currently mid impressive speech, where he is rallying the troops.
Yeah. So I'm getting
good.
back into the moment, the headspace.
The voice.
Yeah, the shield came down. Everyone turned to look at you.
Now, as I've said, none of you hold any obligation to wade with me into this fray. But if you so choose to follow me, before you step through the threshold of this door, make right with your gods.
And he's gonna grab the shield and walk out.
I don't really have a god. That's not really what we do.
The room full of agnostics.
He will grab his gear. He will begin to walk out, I think. Yeah.
Sika's going to look over and Sword and just like, understandably, they'll have like their own little chuckle between each other.
Connie. Oh, go ahead.
Robin will, once she steps outside, she'll look up to the stars, and whichever one she sees first, if, assuming there's not going to be a shooting star or anything, she's gonna just be like, I'm getting told wishes aren't true, but I'm not gonna believe it. I wish everything was okay. I wish everybody is safe. And I wish we get what we need to get my brother back. And she'll continue after Zito.
Connie steps up beside you, Robin. Your group should have a name. That way it'd be easier to sing like songs about you.
Yeah, we totally should.
Skips away.
I'll ask Sika. They're a bard. They're very creative. She's gonna run up. Sika!
Yes.
We should have a group name so people can like sing songs about us and stuff. Makes it way easier to be high in notoriety and things.
A group name of us who points to the Coven, or a group name of us to everyone else, like all over.
Probably us. The Coven's only gonna be around for like 8 hours.
Then that should be something everyone should agree upon, rather than
That's fair.
us make the choice.
Do you have any
But-
ideas?
For once, I'm speechless.
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either. I think I'm just too worried if I say something. Barbara will be upset, as normal.
Well, you do have a bad habit of saying things that make people upset.
People do. Yeah. Yes. You are right.
Or not saying things.
Or not saying things. Yes, you are right. I understand that I made an oopsie when I trying to protect myself with people who I should not have to feel that way.
You don't feel that way anymore, do you?
No. I've been alone for a long time, and sharing truths just doesn't usually come easily when you can't trust the people you're around.
But you used to have a lot of people that you trust. I can feel something. I don't
You
know
should
what
be
to
getting a
place
huge
it.
wave of depression coming from him if we're bonded emotionally with what you just said. Because you did just remind him of all his family members dying.
She didn't know that. She just thought you were far away from home.
Would she know she would just only know the emotion, not the knowledge behind the emotion, is that right?
Yeah, it's not like a mind link. It's like you're sensing each other's emotions, and they're kind of rubbing off on you.
It feels like you had a lot of Sorens. Like how I feel when I don't have Soren, but like way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry about that. That probably sucks.
It does. But I've made do because I've given myself a purpose, and you're gonna get when he says this in his emotions, because of us being connected, you're going to get a sense of a piercing desire that almost feels nefarious. Of him saying, it's like, I've found my purpose, and it's what keeps me going every day, that I will make sure that I step towards.
Is it a good purpose?
Coterie chimes in, who has been more and more appreciative of this bard, even though they are very shiny. And she comes up and she goes, "Those aren't the right kind of questions.
What?
Is there a purpose? It's a need."
That's a solid point. That's a solid point. And he checks himself a little bit, but his core is still pretty solid. It is conviction, but
so everyone's following after Zito. Zito, are you just heading up to the keep, or
No,
are you exploring other options?
I would have taken a few steps outside of the tavern and then waited probably a few minutes to see if anybody followed me.
Yeah, I think it sounds like, I mean, we didn't hear anything from Kazark, but
Kazark was the first one to speak.
Yeah, they followed you, buddy.
Said, "I don't. My people don't really have
happening
gods
today? Am I just invisible?"
No,
don't. No, he literally followed right after. Unless I was muted, but he literally followed right after.
What I heard is that you did do the whole. My people don't really have gods. It doesn't really work that way. But you never explicitly said like. And then I stepped out.
I probably did. And probably got cut. Yeah, I did say he follows right after.
Okay.
Either way, he has followed.
Yeah. In my head, this conversation has been happening with you in the lead. So where are you taking us?
Like,
inspiring speech, man.
I didn't know anybody had stepped out yet. I thought they were like saying this in the tavern.
Nah, they've grouped up and they've followed your lead of stepping out at least.
Yep.
Okay. I'll wait outside, and as soon as everybody actually comes outside, then I'll turn around and like take in that everybody has decided to come with me.
Well, out of either loyalty or stupidity or some combination of both, I guess you're all coming with me.
Stupidity, right here. Let's go.
You didn't think you were doing this alone, did you? I think we all just had the conversation about not doing this alone.
I understand that, Kazric, but it would also be remiss of me to not give the people that I care about an opportunity to not walk into war.
They walked in first. We're just answering their call.
Would it be better if I played music and we can dance our way into war?
I don't think I know how to dance.
I didn't
You do
sneak
bring
my
up a
way
good
into
point,
war.
Sika.
Now that we do have
Numbers, and we have some talents and skills that spread wide, then maybe we could do this smart.
You say that, looking up to the obsidian hall on its hill, overlooking the town. And stoic. It is a massive, unadorned block of black rock, shiny obsidian. The inside, you know, to be quite ornate. But this thing has been someone mined the fuck out of an obsidian vein and came and just sent it all here.
now myself and Sika
May have a standing invitation to walk right in. The rest of you, not so much. If there's any one thing that I've learned about Robin since meeting her, though, is that for better or for worse, she knows how to get herself into positions that she shouldn't be in without people noticing. Now, I don't know what kind of connection you all have with your hag stuff, but perhaps Robin and...
Is it Amethyst still here?
Yep. And she is currently changing her appearance before your eyes.
Nice.
She now looks like an old lady.
Oh, okay.
I'd be like,
I was like,
don't
into-
look.
Okay, I'll look at Amethyst then and say,
Amethyst, perhaps you might lead your two nieces. Cousins.
Yes.
Sure, and Robin as well, to find a less direct front door approach. Perhaps scout the area, get some numbers. I don't know what magic.
Come on, girl.
I don't know what magic is, honestly, so I don't even know.
They start
Robin.
making their way up.
Robin's gonna flip her hood over her horns and everything. She'll follow as well.
I'm gonna grab Robin's arm before
What?
she gets away and go,
What?
Be smart.
Yeah.
and I'll just let go.
Helivethea.
Just goes.
Helivethea pops up.
What?
Helivethea has been along for the ride as a mouse this whole time. And she says, is there a way we can establish a mental link? Perhaps I can prepare a teleportation in the event you need a sudden retreat?
That's a solid point. I can't help with the mental, but Insika's gonna run and start studying the door.
To be clear, she popped up once Amethyst and the nieces were gone.
Okay.
Because she still very much is trying to hide the fact that she's an elf. You guys, so you want to head up towards the Obsidian Hall? It's like,
Oh no, from the building that we were in, or we are still near. I just wanted to study because I didn't say I was looking at the doors, but this time I want to study the doors
you
nearby.
make note
just-
of the door.
I know the doors, guys. Got it. And then I'm like, where are you going to try and be to help in this teleportation way?
Well, I was going to try to stay outside the walls. I don't feel like going in there. If I need to, I will, but...
I can get us, hopefully, get us back to this interior if you wanted to stay here in the tavern.
That'll do. I'll begin a teleportation circle.
Perfect. I'm going to, and he's going to poke his head into one of the back areas to like a more quieter door he sees in the back, and he's going to I'm going to try and get us to that door.
Okay.
If we need to come back.
Good luck.
Sika, question. Because I really don't know what's up. I'm just following Zito. I think I should be able to get inside. That shouldn't be an issue because we gave the guy, the person on the bridge, our names, and he was like, "Go to the keep." So probably should be fine. I don't know. Do you have in your sing-songy stuff? I think a way to disappear.
Make you possibly unseen, like invisible?
Mm-hmm. I've been doing some augmentation of some things that I got recently, specifically something that Reggie ate, and I have a theory. I just need to test the theory. No, and I think that would be a good
I
way.
have no way of making something invisible right now.
No.
But is this to help you get in someplace?
I mean, I'm pretty sneaky. This is just a preliminary. I guess if it looks at and everybody else is already gone. Oh, never mind.
No, I haven't walked away yet.
No, not you. The others, the Coven
the witches.
people. Yes.
I have an idea for a Kazric, and I don't know how we could go about doing it. Because I don't know if I would need to have a certain spell. I know there's spells where you can like put a spell into a stone and someone can use that as like a pocket spell. But with your bombs, you already have like teleportation bombs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
If I was to cast a spell on something and you were able to do your stuff with it, could you use that magical essence of that object
So-
to cast it?
The theory that I need to practice for is I don't cast spells, so I need a spell cast on me, or to attempt to.
I can cast something on you if you would
Yeah.
like.
Something that's useful.
The best Amethyst has at her disposal in this regard, I just took a gander, would be the ability to get you to believe that you are more sneaky than you are. She also has polymorph,
What about
but that will give
Robin's
you animal
pass without
brain
trace?
as well.
No,
Robin is gone.
Robin's gone.
Yeah, but
right?
Sika
but
has
Sika's
all of
part
my
of the coven.
spells.
Coven.
Oh, good point.
I do have all the spells.
Yeah, so
What's
Pass
without
without trace on a certain amount, like a high amount of people, more than what's with you now. You can cast Pass Without Trace. A darkness starts to a dark fog starts to surround everybody.
Okay.
And for an hour, everyone gets +10 to their stealth rolls.
would that be good? I know this is a bit of an over top question, but I can try what
And
Robin
it's
has done on us in the
concentration.
past.
Kazric, can you spell cast on you?
I'm trying to do this without talking about the mechanics of it, but yes.
I understand. Okay.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, this is more of the semantic question
Yes,
because
yes,
Pass Without Trace is a self-targeting spell.
I could. I do know Robin has one ability that I could do, that is a cast on you. But does the type of spell matter?
No.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
Again, theories can't become actuality until you test
So-
theory.
How about this? How would I make you move fast?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to cast Longstrider on you.
As you begin to cast a spell, however it looks, Reggie floats in front of Kazric and takes whatever you're trying to target. If you're trying to touch him, Reggie intercepts it almost way faster than he should. And whatever color you believe this spell to be, suddenly Reggie appears to be majority of that color within the kind of, sulfurous, weird smoke that makes him up. And then you almost see him, you see this color start at the top of their form and then slowly go down to the bottom where a cube or like a condensed mote falls on the ground. And then he will pick it up. It worked! Oh, it worked! Oh, this is good. This is good. This is really good. Okay. 1 second. Pulls out his journal. He starts writing this down. Spells can be absorbed. Redirected? Question mark?
Someone fails at pickpocketing Kazric in this moment. And rolls a 2 and just like bumps into you and goes, oh, my bad. Keeps on walking.
My hands are up here. It wasn't me.
Can I?
Check your pockets.
Can I insight to see what he gets attempted to do?
You are aware that he just failed at trying to pickpocket you and is trying to brush it off.
He was in your pocket.
Yeah. You all just see. One moment. Picks up something, clearly starts to put together a bomb, but it looks very pink, like pale pink. And he just yeets it behind him, towards this individual. They need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Same number, 2.
I am foregoing damage. It's not meant to be damage. Okay. There is damage that goes with it, but I'm going to for fun. There's no damage with this. As laughing gas has been created, he immediately falls prone and starts laughing. And I just turn and go,
sorry about
if you
that.
ever do that again, it won't be gas that makes you laugh. It would be the explosive kind.
Walk
away now. Oh, you can't. Sorry.
Who is this man?
He's the half-work scene earlier that was giving a hard time to Kazric and the other goblin.
Kazric,
Yes.
before Sika and I make our way up to this keep, there is someone in this city that I'd like you to meet. Perhaps the two of you putting your brains together might do whatever
Crunk. Sorry.
people do.
Oh, okay.
And
You see,
I
like,
also feel
staring
it's
back at the
important
moat.
to warn him. I also feel it is important to warn him of what might be coming next.
What about our robbery on good people? The robbery people, the thievery people, the ones that we paid a weird amount of gold for.
What?
The underground people.
The criminal underbelly.
Underbelly.
Cameron got you out of the city through the underground tunnels. He was a member of the
Criminals?
Zito finds out that they were criminals this whole time.
No, that's just their gang name. It's not actually what they do. Their gang name is called criminals, so they like to confuse people, but they're very wholesome.
Roll deception at disadvantage.
A disadvantage?
Against Zito's insight.
I'll have to see what.
Yeah, well, that's his a fucking bard. Doesn't even matter how high I roll.
So
I have a +2 to ins. Oh, do I still have your bardic inspiration?
Yes, you do.
Use it against.
I'm sitting at a 17 right now, and I would feel pretty good about.
Oh, don't worry. I had to roll a disadvantage, so I rolled a 2, so you're fine. Just so you know, my first roll was a 24.
The person who came across the bridge with you guys and then you later hired, who like brought you under the tunnels to get you out of the city, that was a criminal?
This is absurd. Also, who would name their group criminals. How stupid do you think I am?
I don't think you're stupid. I just want to make sure you don't feel bad.
So they're just gonna like look around the city for a moment.
And go, I guess after thinking about it for a moment, it'd be more absurd to hire a non-criminal in this city for anything.
But also, imagine not hiring yourself a group called criminals. People like, they're not criminals. They can't
How
take you
about we
serious."
walk and talk, friends? Just
I
gonna,
find that
okay.
boy again.
But to my point,
Going
if
to
he's
give
going
him
to
a
go and
stern
talk to the
talking.
if he's going to go talk to the person that he saw, what if we also inform them and see if they could help as well, since they're also in danger?
I think that's what we're doing.
Oh, did I misplace? Oh,
No, you're right. It's like Feff knows who I'm taking Kazric to, but it's not the same.
So the party moves throughout the city and starts heading towards the morgue. Robin,
Wait, hold on. Pause. I think we need
You
to
were
do
not
a,
with us when
we
we
need to
did
do-
this the first time.
Totally fine. Hard reset, really quickly. We have people. We have the Coven group going to another aspect of the Obsidian Keep to try to get a second thing. I don't want our group to suddenly not be going to the Obsidian Keep when we've sent people to the Obsidian Keep.
Oh,
So where's the morgue coming from?
So before, when you were still doing your theater shows, this is a guy that we met before we got out of the city, and you were able to join us again.
Gotcha.
And it's just a guy that like we allied with very briefly, and so
That's
Zito
totally fine. Yeah.
Zito's just kind of like, I at the very least want to warn my friend who lives in this city that a war might be breaking out, so he can. But also thinking, Sika and I have invitations. You weren't with us when Lady Elstra was there, so I was thinking that maybe you two could think of a way to help you get in.
Gotcha. I think that's totally fine. I think the issue is we've already sent a group to do Obsidian Keep stuff, so now we're officially leaving them to their own devices, and we're not around if we go that
Zita
route.
and I were going to walk up there. We were just saying when we walk, you guys went to do that, and then I was suggesting the criminal underbelly to see if maybe they have a way for you to get in as well.
I was hoping. I see what you're saying, Kazric, and I was hoping that this was literally just going to be like a stop in and then go. Like it wasn't going to be like let's go do this side quest for an hour thing. It was just kind of like hey, I'm going to do this.
I guess I thought we were heading to the keep, just in different directions. And Casric would bullshit. If he had to bullshit his way, he's gonna bullshit his way. It just sounded like we suddenly weren't going to the keep. So I guess I was confused. But,
No, we are still
By the way,
fully intending.
I will
on
follow
going
the
there.
group. I was just confused.
that said, Robin,
Yep,
you
with my girls.
Yeah, you and your girls begin moving through the city. And soon you find yourself in that nicer, well-to-do part of town. You're higher up. You can see down into the kind of half-bowl shape that is this city, out into the glittering ocean and the massive bridge that sprawls to the mainland. The Obsidian Hall really stands out in this city of color. There's so many colors, and all of the buildings have these kind of tents on top of various colors, and then there's just this bleak mark that is the Obsidian Hall. High vaulted building, many windows, many gates along the windows. You begin spreading out and taking a look at at the Obsidian Hall. Roll an investigation or a perception. At advantage as you are being aided. What'd you get? Oh, you're muted.
10.
Oh, okay. This is a beefy stronghold. And while you do find two sets or two different trapdoors on either side, left and right of the building.
I haven't spoke. Can I use it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. 21.
Okay. And while you do find those 2 trapdoors, they are guarded heavily and look quite fortified. It's not until a little time later you discover that on the roof of this building there is this trellis, this kind of balcony. I wouldn't say like a balcony, there's an open floor on top with a nice bar on the side and a couple of lounge couches and ivy kind of spread along, and the entire floor of it is kind of this moss. And you can see members of aristocracy lounging and smoking here. There is a spiral staircase by the bar on the ceiling of the Obsidian Hall that seems to go down into the building itself. You know from Grandma Whitweary,
Right.
that there is a dungeon in the sub-levels of the building. You also know that there are many lava tubes that snake around the underbelly of the city, so there is an option there as well. That said, the rooftop access is looking kind of promising because there's minimal guards, but a lot of eyes.
Yeah. Okay. With minimal. Okay, I'm gonna turn to Grandma Whitweary. I'm gonna be like, okay, that looks like the way that I think we should go. I kind of know what I'm capable of, but I don't really know what you guys are capable of. And now that we're all capable of all of the things, do you have anything that you think could really help in this situation? Or...
I've got a fun trick in my sleeve, dearie. It's called mass suggestion.
Okay.
And it
What
allows
is?
me to influence a crowd of eyes. And then once that's done, I can move back and forth and tick away at the various memories until we were nothing but...
She looks over at the like more gothic twin and is like, "Oh, got it. Okay, great. That's very helpful. Ram's gonna like look around. Is there a way to easily get onto the roof? Like, are we able to just do a jumpy jump, or do we need to do?"
It would be a hell of a jumpy jump.
Okay.
But there is the more buildings going up along the sides of this half bowl of a city. And you could
Okay.
leap from on high down towards the rooftop of this hall. But it would be loud and it would probably be noticed unless you guys really did well.
Gotcha. Okay. How far away do you need to be in order to do the mass suggestion?
I can be right here.
You can be right here. Okay. I think maybe I can try the thing. Wait, no. Taylor needs to check if her druid level is high enough for
Flight.
anything that flies. Druid level 6. I'm so used to just being able to do it because I normally do like wound and stuff and I can't remember.
It's important to
When
not
I can-
wound them once the effect takes place, or else they will snap out of it.
Okay.
I'm slowly turning into Kazark.
Yeah, I hear that. Circle.
You're welcome.
Forest.
What type of druid are you?
Forest.
Wildfire.
Are you
Wildfire. Sorry, wildfire. Why did that?
Are you
I went to my
are
other
you,
druids.
Are you 8 levels of druid?
No, I'm 6.
Then you cannot fly.
Okay, I cannot fly. Thank you so much. I was having such a hard time even Googling that. But I could be a spider
Oh.
or something. Like a bug. It could be a bug that flies, or does that not work?
I say cannot, but this is also Fev's game, so do everything.
Oh, okay.
You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot fly. If you cannot fly, no. Even a
Darkhold
fly
can fly,
cannot
and
fly.
Darkhold can teleport. How far away is the closest rooftop to that rooftop?
About 80 feet.
80 feet.
You can also turn into an animal that can just climb the wall.
40
Like a
feet of
lizard.
open
Yeah.
space and then 40 feet up.
Okay. So I can get myself up there. But you two, what do you two want to do? And she looks to the twins.
Ooh, we could build a bridge out of ice. We're not building a bridge out of
No.
ice again. It never works. It works. It's a good plan. Not this time. Okay. We could polymorph and make our way in there. We could easy. We could cast darkness and make our way across. We could look at my spell sheet.
Okay, I have an idea. Because she's thinking about, like, spidery thoughts for, like, the climbing. And she, like, looks towards, like, Amethyst.
She does
she's
have
like-
spider walk.
Spider climb.
Spider
yeah.
climb.
And I'm like, if I cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, and you cast Spider Climb on all of us, then we should be able to make our way up the side, no problem. And then if people spot us-
wonderful idea.
Okay, I cast Pass Without Trace on all of us, including Grandmama. And so she, like, looks up to the stars, and she does, like, I wish that you can seal our pathways, walks, and what we plan to do ahead. And she, like, kind of, like, pulls down, and the darkness surrounds everybody. Pass Without Trace has been cast, and she is concentrating.
Okay. And you quickly feel an arcane grip on your feet, on the bottoms of your feet.
All right. We get up there. We'll try and play it cool, but if we don't, can you suggest everybody to, like, be cool?
Yes.
Okay.
And she, old lady, starts walking up the side of the wall with a cane.
Robin, like, pinches herself a little bit. She's like, yep, okay, I'm here.
Let's get stealth checks.
Great. Stealth. Oop. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I got a nat 1, but it's technically a 21 after my plus 10 to stealth and the plus 10 from the other.
Do you have any inspiration?
I just used it.
You use my bardic one?
Annie, was
I
that the
think-
one that I had, or was that from chat?
You also have my heroic inspiration.
Yeah, Annie was the one that reminded me that I had inspo, but I don't remember.
Annie says
That
it
was
was
from
from
chat.
chat.
Yes, I used that one. Oh, man. Oh, thank you so much. I still had it on there, and I didn't know she was just reminding me. Okay, it's 38.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Double checking the other group, the rest of the group. The rest of the group makes it just fine.
I cannot believe that a nat 1 is still a 21, though.
Okay. You guys make it up onto the top of the building. And the only person with a high enough perception to notice Amethyst, who rolled the lowest on stealth, begins to turn to regard you, and then a beautifully ornate hand takes that bartender's chin and turns it back to her. And it's Colleen, who has tilted his chin back towards her and continues to drape a hand over his shoulder and then move. Out of sight as the rest of the low-level gentry continue looking at the beautiful view and just how wealthy they are and talking about how surely the peasantry can make bread from acorns. I'm pulling that directly from Patrick Rothfuss, I gotta be honest. But it seems to be this long-seated dispute amongst them, just showing how out of tune they are.
On my way, to the spiral staircase to go down, are there a few particularly distracted rich folk?
There is one who is so chatty that she has made a bit of a bubble around her that everyone else has. She doesn't even notice that everyone else has like distanced themselves from her and is ignoring her, and she's just going on and on and on and on and on. And she seems a bit clueless.
Maybe the bubble. Maybe I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna magic eyes.
Okay.
Any like, does she have anything important on her?
She has her purse, which is on the down next to the seat. And you do note that it is threaded with lead, so that it cannot be scryed into, and that in itself seems interesting.
Just gonna do a quick sleight of hand as I'm making my way down the.
Make
We
sleight
got a
of hand?
backup plan. I'm gonna think a couple things.
Oh, thank
22.
you, Bill. That was my goal. 22. You quietly and gently lift the purse.
Cool. I'll look
Okay.
in it later.
Okay.
It's a grab and go.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way to the spiral staircase, and I'd like to start heading down it, but I don't want to head down it in like a normal way. I want to use this spider climb to full ability, and I want to creepy crawly up to like onto the ceiling. And I
Of the
want to,
spiral.
like, of the spiral, and I want to tie like my cloak so it's not doing like a weird capey thing. I'm gonna tie it with like my belt around my waist, and
Okay.
I'm gonna camouflage it to the color of the stone of the ceiling,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna just.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, I wish I could do this every time.
Amazing. Yeah, and with that, the squad makes their way down into the Obsidian Hall. Let us now go over to the rest of the group. Zito, you round a corner and you can see the familiar morgue that is sanctified by the god Death.
Yeah, is it still daytime?
It is nighttime, but the lights are on.
Okay. Door open, door closed.
Door is closed.
Okay, I'll walk up and knock on it.
There is no immediate response.
I'll knock again, and then... Is there a window that I can look through?
Yeah.
I'll look through the window and see if I can see...
You take a look through the window and make a perception check.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Nope, I can't do it now.
Oh boy!
It's a 19 on the die. 25 perception.
Okay. You see a trail of blood, kind of scraping along the floor and out of sight. It's a pretty high roll. You hear a raspy breathing. You also at this point would notice that outside ain't nobody around.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoulder the fucking door open. Yell, task.
All right. You shoulder the door open, and it bangs against the wall, and you yell task. To which there is a tap 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 tap. Walks over, leans into the room. My God, what?
I knocked twice, and then I looked through the window, saw blood on the ground.
Oh.
Thought it was yours.
Ha, well. It is, but that's neither here nor there. Please come in. Close the door behind you and maybe draw the blinds.
Is it like a lot of blood?
It's a fair amount of blood.
Do I see like a wound on him?
He looks immaculately dressed. You know, no, I would say he's kind of. There's like bits and bobs that are woven.
He looks like he
into it.
normally does.
Yeah, he looks like he normally does, which is very clean.
Do I smell iron on him? Like, does it smell like he's hiding wounds?
You smell mostly chemicals that are used to preserve bodies.
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, formaldehyde and the like.
I'm gonna name my daughter formaldehyde. Okay. I think he stares at the blood for longer than he should, and then looks back. Are you?
Task,
why-
if you say that you're in good health, and I trust you.
I am now in good health, yes. We had a brief moment where an individual turned out wasn't quite dead. Wasn't too happy about where he found himself waking up, and turned out to be a deft hand with scissors.
Oh. Did you? I'm confused.
Come in.
Oh, real
Allow
quick,
me to
sorry,
introduce myself.
Task, this is Kazric. Kazric, this is Task. I know the last time we spoke, you mentioned alchemy or artifice. Well, I don't actually know what alchemy is, but I feel like this is probably close enough.
It's a transmutation of various elements and concepts within the natural and mundane world, and finding ways to augment and shift those fundamental rules to your own making.
Task is in a straight up plague mask, and adorned in this heavy cloth that has all of these plants threaded through it, barbed and thorny plants that surely scrape at his person when he moves. And as he kind of steps across the room, he takes off a thick glove and gestures it to you for a handshake, and you can see that all of the flesh is melty, horribly disfigured.
Is he shaking Zito's hand or Kazak's hand?
He's reaching a hand out to shake Kazric's hand. He's having fingernails.
Before he actually grabs hand, he's suddenly just like, oh. And you see, it's not like, you know, when someone sees someone who, it's not the weird ableist look that people give people who look different, which we all know what that look is. It's just
Curious.
Seems yeah, exactly. It's very curious seeing that he is perfectly fine right now. Just like, hello. And he's going to shake your hand, but also like stare.
It
still.
is the most gentle handshake. There is no squeeze to it whatsoever. Shakes your hand a little bit and then puts the glove back on. Do come in. I've just set the tea. I've just put a pot on.
Task, I wish I could say that this meeting is in brighter circumstances.
I'm a mortician, Zito. No circumstance is usually well tuned if I'm there.
Oh, good. Then I will come right afterward. War may be falling the city of Pardon shortly.
I had my suspicions.
I am stopping in to let you know that we are literally about to walk into the Obsidian Keep to confront Lady Elstra.
Stunned silence is all you get from a person that you can't see their facial expressions, but you suspect he might be looking at you like.
If you are the type of person to hear of war and reach for safety, I wanted to let you know that now is your opportunity. But if you are the person to hear of war and look and reach to help, then perhaps you and my friend Kazric here can put your brains together and come up with anything that might turn the tide of battle.
You can see that Kazric is not confused necessarily, but he doesn't know what the starting point is. And he's just, did you say that I might want to meet you and the stuff? So, what do you do?
Yes. You both dabble in death and
I don't dabble in death.
Well, you
I
might not
revere
dabble
it.
in death, but you are.
And he is very thorough. Death follows you, he says in greeting.
Okay. No, I don't know if it does.
Oh, he does.
No, I don't think no, it does or not.
Sika, are you also stepping in?
It's just,
Yeah, I'll be joining them. I'll be joining them.
I'm not
But
sure exactly what he means.
I'm
by it,
I'm gonna be really paying attention to what's also happening outside.
Okay.
You know.
You keep a lookout then?
Yeah.
So you stay by one of the windows by the front and kind of keep an eye out on things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check as the other two members walk into the morgue.
Dear dice, please roll well for me today.
I think Kazric's like holding his back close in a way. He's not sure about Task yet
That's fair. He's spoopy.
because it's less about being spoopy. It's more about he's getting inklings like his mother. And he's just weary. But he is walking in.
Is he wit weary? Oh.
Tell me, Kazric, are you a god-fearing goblin?
No, I don't really. My tribe doesn't really think about the gods. Not really. Why? Should we fear gods?
Just gathering information to find a connection between the two of us. And he starts rattling off various chemicals that he's proficient with, and you find some overlap in science and alchemy here, whereas he uses magic and science. You use magical science in a very different way, and eventually, after a bit of a frustrating conversation where it becomes pretty clear that you two don't really have a ton in common, he does turn to Kazric and say, "Well, I would hate to think I've wasted your time. So allow me to give you this, Kazric." And he's going to step out into the back room and then not reappear. And one of the corpses on the table goes, "Is he gone?"
Is it the table that we're standing near?
Yeah.
Is it a sudden head up?
Yeah, and he's making
I
the
punch
bolt. Yeah, he's like, "All right," and he's gonna start moving, and back
As
out.
soon as it moves, I punch and I go, Jesus.
Well, maybe not Jesus, but like fill in the blank.
Pick a god.
Was that? Oh God, this is bad. Was that someone who is alive, or is that someone who has been revivified, or is that someone who's been reanimated?
It appears to be someone who is alive and simply has been delivered here. And you hear from the distance, you hear, "Oh, not another one." As he reappears quickly with his holy symbol in hand. And
He's taking a nap, but you should probably let this one go.
there's been a spree of, I assume, pranks as he takes the corpse, the body, and begins dragging him. Task reappears with an unconscious body and just throws him outside and slams the door.
They're just like, nice toss. Well done. Very good. Also, my perception was a 17.
Okay. You hear laughter from the alleyways as the corpse is thrown back into the street. Sorry, the body is thrown back into the street. Apologies.
Why? That's the sorry part.
Not you.
Oh. that's fine.
He is going to.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. I feel happy.
He's gonna come back with this light armor that is swathed in these many straps of black and even darkened metal for the buckles and the like. Do you remember the drow armor in Baldur's Gate 3? It looks a lot
Probably.
like that.
Yes.
Looks a
Gotcha.
fair bit like
Oh,
that, except
kind
it's
of like
got
a wrap. Yeah.
yeah, like there's just a lot of angles going on.
Gotcha.
And a hood with kind of this half mask that goes up to the nose of this almost anteater hummingbird taper, like real thin point that comes to the head of the mask. And he's going to bring this out and go, perhaps you can make some use of this.
What is it?
It is a +2 set of leather armor. That also gives a +1 to stealth.
He looks at it and I think he probably, oh my god, this is rough. I think he starts to inspect it, but then he kind of stops and looks back at Task. You're not trying to reanimate stuff, are you?
No, that would go against everything I believe in.
Unfortunately, the first time I met Task was because a child in the street had met an untimely end, and I came here in search of a healer. But even then, Task was not exactly privy to bringing back the dead.
My job is to put them to rest with the proper rites. In the name of death.
Oh, okay. Okay. That you see his shoulders untense slightly. But he'll say, as long as you understand that my job is to not ensure that life is eternal, but life has a chance.
Interesting. I don't think life has a say in the matter. I think death has a say in the matter.
I think those who haven't been afforded the chance to live should have a chance to do just that. And a lot of people, especially with everything that's going on, meet your death sooner than they should. So
The idea of someone alive getting to live is a bit lost on me. Live the way they see fit, perhaps? The freedom? So you're not so much into life getting to live, you're into the freedom to live how you see fit.
I'm into people having a I don't know, I just whatever's happening in this world is causing a lot of pain to the natural space, and I just I am trying to fix that. I'm just trying to give people chances, is all.
Well, I hope this helps with that. And he moves the armor over towards you. The way I see this world is pain, suffering. This is all just a part of life. You won't find any of that in death.
Well, my mother also says that death isn't the end necessarily, which I have feelings about, but I think there's a middle space where we agree.
It should be the end. Perhaps.
Well, I don't know what the ethereal is like, so I don't really know what happens with the soul and all that, but
Depends on the soul.
We might be able to ask Lady Elsro by the end of the night.
And he's going to take the armor. I think that's still there's an odd hesitancy because it's so laced with the very thing that he is trying to slow the fuck down. But I do think that he eventually, you see him unclasp the apron that he always wears, as you can see in the art. That also has bits and pieces, has knee pads and all these other things that have armor pieces on them, but not a lot clearly. And he will put that set on and then put the apron over that, which connects to his backpack. And he will put that armor on. Question: is it regular armor? Sorry, is it regular leather or the studded leather?
It's regular. It's +2 to regular leather.
Gotcha.
What is studded leather?
I think it's 1 extra.
Nah.
If I remember correctly. Because studded leather is 12 plus dex. Leather is normal plus dex. Is 11 plus dex, I believe. Let me just look real quick. Sorry.
What was your AC
14.
And what would it be now?
Well, I'm doing the math right now. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I have studied on right now. So regular plus dex plus 2. It only bumps me by 1.
Okay, then we'll say it's studded.
Okay. Great. Yeah, he puts it on, and I think there is definitely a level of, you can see him kind of poking at it and lifting it a little bit. It's
Adjusting
when you
the
wear
many straps.
Well, no, not necessarily adjusting to make it fit better. It's like when you're wearing, I don't know if anybody else has this. Sometimes when I wear gloves, my body suddenly realizes I'm wearing gloves and I have to take them off. It's like something's not settling spiritually with Gazarick. So at points he's just this feels too tight, but he will keep it on.
I hope this helped. And thank you for the heads up. I think I might... Do you know anything about this Holic going missing? I'm supposed to do last rites if it's determined that he is dead.
Oh, he's totally not. He's not alive anymore. Might be becoming a Leshen. Bad problem.
Then I have work to do.
You're going to stop him from becoming a Leshen.
That is correct.
Cool, we are on the same side. If you do choose to flee and you head towards the bridge, you can tell them that you know me, and I'm sure at least one person will care enough about my name to help you out.
Where is Holic?
Are they in the room where I am near the door?
Next
can I
room
hear
over,
this?
but you can hear.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure to see if I was able to. He's at the. Oh Lord, I have it.
Not Amora.
Nope.
Raiden.
Raiden.
Hraden's church.
Raiden. AHR. Raiden.
Hraden's church. And they apparently are trying to revive him with a high-level spell from their high priest.
Not if I have anything to say about it. And he leaves. Closes the door behind him.
I was going to
Hell
try and
yeah.
ask him to protect my little priest friend.
Run after him if you need to.
That's out of character.
Oh, no, it's not. You in character, like we're all about this guy.
I am really bad. Okay, so he's like left the building.
Yeah.
Right, okay, hold on.
You look and he's just like, it takes you a second because he's just in the darkness wearing all black until that pale mask turns to regard you.
It's like he goes up close. He's like, there's a young priest there that is terrified for their life. Anything, if you're there, please help him escape. If there needs to be something, he has his way to get across the bridge. I've paid for his way to go. I've given him what he needs. But just can you please make sure that
You're not making my job any easier. Roll persuasion.
these work now. Hold on. Yay. 31.
But I'll see what I can do. And he's going to hand you a small book. Very small. Like this big. Yeah. Just- Death Note. No, I'm just kidding. It is the newest testament of the Church of Death. Might be of some use to you, as it found its way into my hand, and I found use for it.
Well, thank you. And he does the exact same thing that he does to respect the person's faith that was before, and he has here's tines for you in your faith. And here's for you in case you need to leave. A gold for his tines and a gold for him.
An unreadable facial expression. But he does take the money. And he's going to put one hand on your shoulder and give you a singular nod. And then melt into the shadows.
I got the book. I got the book. So I'm gonna be like fanning it when I'm like go walking back to them.
You all see Kazric trying to get out of the door. He does not feel comfortable here.
That's fair.
It's yeah.
Zito would be pretty quick out the door too as soon as Task left.
Oh gosh, yeah. You freak. Kazak's quiet. I think freaked him out is the wrong word, but he just
Did he challenge your ideals, or was it the aesthetic?
no, not if anything, he hardened his ideals. Anything, he's like, I will make sure that people don't meet death as much as possible.
Like capital D death, or make sure people don't
both.
die. Gotcha.
And I because also just if you don't want people to come back, or you don't want to save people, it gives people like my mother a chance to do something with those dead people. And then seeing the guy who was in the chair just.
There is he intends to make it so that the corpse that is Whalley cannot come back.
That he I don't think he gives two flying F's about Whalley anymore. Gotcha. I just think that he doesn't. We thought these characters would get along. No. Nope.
They had at least death and chemicals in common.
Yeah.
Freedom is an illusion.
Yeah, that only just. I think at the very least he's probably walking and studying the crystal, like more intently.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Death. I don't know. Something. We're gonna bring it with us.
Okay. Moving up through the city. It's a bit easier now. It's the dead of night. But you do find yourselves standing before the Obsidian Hall, and many guards are outside in formation, very alert. And as you guys step up, immediately attentiveness. These are very serious soldiers on watch, and they're not the type of soldier that sits around and has chit chat. They're the kind with pointy sticks that will make sure you leave. And the one closest to the door, goes, right, state your business. The obsidian hall is closed.
Right. My name is Zito Barbera, and I am here at the behest of Lady Elsro.
Well, that's a 1 on the insight check. You got some kind of proof?
Reach in for the letter that Toril wrote. Sent us on a mission to find people. Some of those people have been found.
He doesn't touch it, but he looks at the seal on it and goes, "It's enough for me. Watch your step. Things are a bit testy in there right now."
I wish I could say I wasn't used to places being testy.
I don't like you.
I know. People often don't.
Shocker.
I don't even I say this as I'm walking past him, and I don't even look to him as I say it, just in passing. People often don't, and just continue.
As the rest of the members move in alongside, the guard takes note of everyone's face.
I take the Kazik waves. I don't think he reads this. He's not being a dick. He's just, hi, hello.
Excellent.
Walks
I
away.
was half expecting you to say roll initiative after the wave.
Stepping into the hall, you're met with this ornate... Oh, you know what? Let's grab a second break. I was ready to go. Break number 2. We'll be right back. I had thought we'd already done second break. And we're back. Robin.
Yeah.
You move down into the room, and with your crazy high stealth and the fact that you are able to walk along the ceiling and the like, you and the other members of the Coven, the Unsung Coven, begin moving through the space and looking around. Eventually, something catches your eye.
I do still have my magic eyes on. So you.
The rug is magic. You're not sure what's up with that. There's like a long rug that goes the length of the many hallways. It seems to be one solid, rug.
Okay.
That is just cut to fit the building.
Do not step on rug.
That's cool.
Oh, thank you. The thing that catches your eye is the golden light emanating from one of the rooms. The door is closed. To make a perception check as you get closer. It's not just light, it is golden light.
Okay. Perception check. I got 11.
Okay. I don't care. I need him back. I need my son back before we can leave. That is what these, gesturing to something you cannot say, is the only way we will make this out alive. This has gone entirely out of hand. Yes, my lady. And I will not be questioned, nor will these, gesturing at thing you can't see.
Uh-huh.
This is the only thing that matters. Now be gone. Tap, 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 tap. The door opens, and
Great.
and a butler of some kind, with just a whole bunch of letters, that are closed in their envelopes. You know, he just bustling by, and he quickly moves out of the area. His passive perception is not nearly high enough to perceive you lot. But you
Okay.
get a peek. You manage to sneak a peek as the door is closed, as a guard closes the door. You have to like hold your hair to like
Guard on the inside or guard on the outside?
on the inside. It is a room with no furniture
Okay.
and pictures, sketches covering every wall and ceiling and floor. These are not the interesting things. The interesting thing is the golden thread that is crisscross, filling the entire room, wrapping around or pinned to certain pictures and moving across the room to pin to connect to a different picture. And it seems to be one golden thread that is tangling the interior of this room, and you can see it within it, Lady Elsro just following one part of the thread across the room to study one picture, and then looks back to the picture that it was connected to and contemplates their connection.
Okay. But the pictures aren't like important in terms of like, do I notice important figures? Like it's connected.
Not off of the
like...
glance you had.
Gotcha. Okay.
As the
but
door
not
closes.
a super noticeable face. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Many
Many faces with little bits of text next to them to indicate who they are.
Okay. But she's in there and she's busy doing stuff.
And she is fretting.
I don't see anything with that. Okay. To use. Do I oh, go for it.
Last thing of note, the soldier that closed the door was a warforged.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. I want to go look in that room. I'm gonna like turn around to the other two girls and I'm gonna be like, I know it's not our like main mission or anything to see what's going on, but I know that lady is really bad, and if something in there can help her get the other jerk that has been causing us a ton of problems back, as all sorts of problems, I think I have to go try and see what it is.
They nod.
Okay.
Granny says, go, Coterie, go keep a lookout while we work here. Connie is going to take the other side of the hallway and keep watch. So soon it's just you and Grandma.
Okay. So remember how I told you that like I turned into a seahorse?
Yes.
And I've turned into a horse another time as well. And all I kind of did, like I had to do special things to try and get me to turn into those, and I had to do special things to try and get me to like turn back, because I'm not really sure what this is. And you told
Wild
me that
shaping, dear.
Okay. How do I wild shape into something small so that I can get into there? Do I just think about it? Like, is there more to it?
Have you tried trying really hard?
She thinks about a mouse and she thinks about trying really, really hard, and suddenly she's just like a little mouse on
She
on
catches
the,
you.
on the...
Puts you back up on the ceiling. Ow. Granny is huge now.
Just a scrabble back sort of thing, and like just all squeak, 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 squeaking.
I know, dear. I know. You're very cute. Gentle pets.
The mechs are like, they're like, I did.
Yeah.
It's just little like.
It's like hitting the waves while tubing in the back of a boat. Just, oh my God.
Okay. She's gonna gather herself, and she's gonna she's gonna scatter down the wall. She's gonna move, and she's gonna like push herself under like the door, and like it's just like nose, eyes, looking for the guard.
The Warforged stands by the door, blank-faced. Does not look down and notice you immediately.
Right. Ear scuttles through underneath.
That's cute.
And I'm gonna kind of like, I don't want to get within like his vicinity, but is there a table? Is there a chair? Is there a leg?
There is nothing aside from these many pinned pictures. So you can kind of squeeze under these bits of paper if you, but it does kind of flutter.
I'm gonna quickly go, like if he's standing to the left, I'm gonna go over to the right along the wall, and I'm gonna like climb up onto the wall. I'm gonna like perch onto like a frame, and I'm gonna be like, mouse goes up a clock up the sides of the frames and stuff and across, and see what I can learn and figure out, see if I can see what she was gesturing to or talking to herself. Or
in the center that she stands over is a picture of herself.
Okay.
And you can see the golden thread moving from a picture of Hollick over to a picture of an elf lady. By Hollick, you can see pictures of yourselves and Helavathea and Locke. You can see pictures of Toril and the dead House Ryix member, Illin. And Illin has been crossed out and no longer has a golden thread attached to him.
No golden thread.
No golden thread.
Okay.
And you watch as she takes one part of the golden thread and kind of tosses it into the air, and it doesn't fall normally. It falls in design, it seems, and seems to weave itself and reweave itself, and even that little toss has a massive effect on this tangle of golden thread in the room. You recognize this golden thread as the little bit of golden thread that you have.
Yeah.
And so you ascertain that it is in some way trying to make some kind of cosmic balance out of what it is given to try to do so.
Okay.
Very cryptic. And in this case, the golden thread seems to land on you, your picture.
Okay.
And she's going to look over and study it before turning to the Warforged. I need a list of all the tieflings in the city. Round them up. There is no name next to your picture.
Oh.
But it is a pretty good likeness.
Okay.
Are there names next to the rest of the pictures?
There would be names
that's-
next to Sika's
Okay.
and next to Zito.
Sika and Zito, but not Azric and me.
Correct.
Okay. Am I able to sneak my way over to my photo?
Roll stealth.
Or is she... Okay. How intently is she staring at it?
She's moving to other things at this point.
Okay.
Now that she's given her command, but you are kind of scurrying into the center of the room, so you're going to have to beat both of their passive perceptions.
Do I still have Pass Without Trace, or did that drop?
I believe you still have Pass Without Trace.
Great. 28.
Okay. Okay. You're a mouse. And you do a scurry. And you move.
Okay.
And you scatter. And you dip. And you scuttle. And soon you find yourself by your picture.
Great. How
They got
many
the horns
threads-
wrong. Sorry.
Did they? Oh, they got something wrong.
Yeah, they got like ram horn.
Okay, sweet. Not like little tiny ones.
Yeah, not the ones that kind of
Um,
taper elegantly back
yeah.
and frame the jawline. Sorry, I have very strong opinions about tiefling horns and how they should be shaped when I create my own characters in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, that's good. I like that they have one of the facts wrong. Do they have my eye colors correct?
It is a charcoal, black and white,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
but the rest of the
Okay.
likeness is very, very good.
So charcoal, black and white. Rest is like it's really good. Is there only one thread coming to mind?
Yes, because it is a singular long thread.
Singular
It
long-
might dip back around, but in this case, it's just
Okay.
it just goes to onward to the rest of the party, and on the other side, Hollick. It even has your scar on your ear.
Okay, so there's one very identifying feature then there. I would like to crawl onto my painting, and where the scar is on the ear, I would like to take my little furry shoulder and just like scrub some of the charcoal. Like I want to try and like scrub a couple of things, mess a little bit up, not too much to where she can look and notice me, but I want to try and make it where if I'm compared to this picture, it would not look like me.
So you change the picture.
Yeah.
This has an unforeseen effect. The entire golden thread comes undone.
Oh shit.
And she begins, no. She starts trying to hang everything back up and move things. She finally just steps back and goes, no! We're moving tonight. Fuck the elves, they'll manage. And the Warforged kind of tilts its head. You're already here. And she begins gathering up the golden thread of which you are in, and make a dexterity, a dex
Okay.
check, acrobatics, to see if you can weave yourself out of this pile before it is stuffed in a bag.
Okay. Do I have to do like the rats or can I just do my dex?
You have to do the rats.
Okay, let me find mouse wild shape.
Years of work. Inexcusable. You did this, didn't you? And you realize she's yelling at one of the pictures.
Okay, plus one. Oh, she's yelling at a picture? That's weird.
You can make a perception check at disadvantage to see who it is.
Okay, it's gonna be a 7 for that dex.
Oh, you're in the yarn ball.
Dex check,
Yeah, acrobatics.
not save. Acrobatic. I don't know how to calculate a mouse's acrobatics, so I have to do dex. I
Okay.
can't do that quick enough.
If it doesn't have the skill, it's just your dex.
Okay. So I was like, my acrobatics is +6. And then what was it? Perception?
Yeah, at disadvantage because you're in the yarn ball.
Perception at disadvantage. 14.
It is an older woman who looks somewhat familiar, but you can't place it off the cuff. Sorry to give you a third roll, but make a history check.
What would... Okay. I don't know how to do it as a mouse, so I'm just doing with my history. It's +0.
Yeah, all of your
2.
mental stats stay the same. Oh,
Okay, real quick. Wild shape. You retain all of your skill and saving throw proficiencies. So if you're proficient with acrobatics, you would add that to your.
oh,
Okay,
cool.
so...
Okay.
Dex was what? I got
retain
a
yours and then
6.
also gain those of the creature. If the creature has the same
I got a
proficiency
7.
as you and the bonus in its stat block is higher than yours, use the creatures instead of yours.
So it'd be 13 acrobatics.
Okay, you do manage to wiggle your little mouse butt out of the ball of yarn.
Cool. But it was a 2 for that history. I have no idea who that person is.
Okay. But you've got a face
Yeah. Do I have
in your mind.
Okay. Like, is there like a human?
Yeah, a human, thinning hair, kind of a curly crown of hair, and very, very serious eyes. Even in the charcoal, it is a look that pins you to the floor.
Okay.
Not literally.
Great. Is there now that I am out of the ball, can I like stealthily scurry over and see if there's a name attached to this picture?
Sure.
I roll. It would be a 31 for stealth to go look at the name.
Says Lady Kathleen. Lady Kathleen Thorn.
Thorn. Okay, I'm on a Thorn. Got it. Sweet. I'm gonna doodle my way out of there.
All right. Roll stealth. Or
Okay.
get stepped on.
Or get stepped on. That would be a 36.
Oh. Excuse me. Did you say 36?
Yeah.
Is Lady Kathleen? Sorry, did they get a connection point? Grandmother, mother. Top
Nope,
5.
not with a 2.
Nope.
Um,
Oh, never mind. All right, I'm just
but
putting the name down
was
for now.
yeah, the name was
Lady
written on the.
Kathleen Thorn.
Yep.
And she's rolling up the thread, so I'm guessing the thread is going crazy for me to see who it's connected to.
Yeah, no, it is no longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna skedaddle up, and I'm gonna go perch on Greymouth. Amethyst.
Yeah. Amethyst goes, "Oh, I hope you had a good time, dear," and pointedly puts you on her hat. All right, let's jump back to the other party. Oh, good evening, my merry fellows. Is there some reason you have come at such a late hour to the Obsidian Hall? And he looks like he's ready to write down whatever you say.
Can you say that again?
No, why are you here? At this late hour.
We have, we're here at behest of Lady Elsro. We have returned from a mission that she has sent us on.
Come with me. And you guys, the three of you, and Helivethea, who would be a mouse again. Nope. This time.
She stayed back at the tavern.
Yes, thank you. Yep, thank you. That's going to be important later. This Sika, Zito, you remember this place being chock full of furniture and many paintings on the walls. And this place is barren. You have to walk through like 2 empty rooms, one of which you stayed in waiting to see Lady Elsra last time, that had music and other members of the gentry and pomp, and now it's just these empty, echoey rooms until you finally are brought to one with 2 couches that have been placed specifically as for this use. To your surprise, Sika, you recognize one Heathrow. The arcanist on the bridge, the royal arcanist to Lord Braylor, who is sitting on the couch as you guys walk in, and he's just packing his pipe, and he goes, "Oh,
Hello, sir. Hello.
oh, well met indeed." And he's gonna reach out a shaky hand and take yours.
Sicko chases.
"I'll let them know you're here," as the butler, as the custodian departs.
Sicko's gonna look at him. It's like, so I see you got a chance to be on your back for a change.
Every chance I can get with my
Amazing.
age.
Amazing.
Oh, yes. I was not even able to make the walk. I had to teleport.
Oh, how unfortunate.
The Church of Death can be quite accommodating when needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones who brought you in today.
Well, they have the monopoly over all of the public teleportation circles. They have a chapel here in the building, and so I was able to make use of that.
What are you doing here, if not let me ask you?
Well, no, I probably shouldn't say this. So he kind of takes you and scoots you down the couch away from your party.
I love this. I'm glad I went up those stairs that day.
Hell yeah. There's been odd things happening. Fishermen going missing. Lack of communication. We have not heard from Lady Elsrow in some time, and Lord Braylor sent me over to see if we could have some context to why there aren't any more goods being shipped out, and the general silence on her end. Just something formal. I'm sure there's something petty going on, of course, but well, I'm just gonna need to have an official answer, as it were.
So, nothing has left the city in how long?
People still leave the city, up until recently, but we haven't confirmed that people aren't leaving the city or being forced to stay here or anything like that. Nothing so major. I'm sure it's nothing, my dear boy. But, yes, just there's no shipments of goods going across the bridge. There's no communication whatsoever. It's all very quite droll and petty, and I'm sure that Lady Elsrow will have some reason to talk my ear off, and I will briefly recount these mutterings to my good lord.
So, how do you plan to leave when you're done tonight?
Oh, via teleportation circle.
Same down in the thing? I didn't know a place like this would have that. They have, like,
the gentry love having their own private means of relocating themselves. There's a bit of a haughtiness to it, if I'm being so honest with you. Why would I take the public teleportation circle when I could have one of my own in my own house? It's all very uppity, you understand.
If you could have whatever your own, then you can just go wherever you need to be, of course. But, like, where would they even put one in a castle like this?
Oh, well, it's just down that way, about 5 empty rooms down. This place is ridiculous. Clearly undergoing some kind of refurbishment.
I love that.
You know, they recently found out you can't have lead in things. Drives you crazy.
Lead?
Yes, in the
things?
plates, and the paint, and the pipes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you're like people are like actually like sticking sticks of lead inside. So
No, goodness, no.
No.
No,
Well,
it's
honestly,
not
it's
good
good
for
to
you.
see you though. Has anything changed with Lord Braylor
boy.
or anything on the bridge?
Oh, not for me to say, but I will. And he starts just boring the hell out of you.
Sure.
The only bit of information that's useful to you that you think is interesting is that he briefly he has left on a trip to Cairn to go see a relative. So Braylor's not on the bridge right now.
That is actually very useful information. I've always enjoyed it.
your friends moves back to the rest of the group, please.
Well, so Sika will introduce Heathrow to the party. Let's hear with that.
Very old man.
He's
Did
the
we-
one who.
Meet Heathrow
Only Sika
under
did.
the. Okay.
These are my friends that have been helping me, and also the ones who were there when it came to the Kraken, and believe it or not, this one it didn't even get bothered by the poison.
Really? That's interesting.
It takes a lot more than just some poison to bother me. Reach out my hand and shake.
Shaky hand. You don't know if he's got rheumatism or palsy or what, but he's not intentionally shaking your hand.
It is a
The poor man
pleasure
has
to
a
meet
tremor.
you,
Oh.
old timer.
Yeah, thank you. And you.
Hello. Hello.
No.
Kazrick.
Catherick.
No.
Like
The Z. Kazrick.
Catherick.
No. Okay. I
Well, to meet you, I'm Heathrow.
The old kookiness doesn't bother him because I'm sure there's some old kooky people in his tribe. But it's just what's Zeko? Zito. Hello.
Well met. I've been waiting for hours, so get comfy. I'm sure that it'll be some time.
Waiting
and then
for the lady?
yes, quite. And then the butler walks in and goes, Lady Elsorthorn will see you now. Oh, that's great. Not you.
No, he can't. He's come so far.
I've come so far. Regardless, it is my lady's wishes to see you folk about the mission that she sent you on with all haste. She sends her apologies, Arch-Arcanist. Do go
Zito will
on.
turn to the guard.
Thank you. We will be right in. I'm gonna lean down to Sika.
Yeah.
And say, if you respect this old fellow, you will either tell him to get ready or get out.
What?
I'm just saying that to Sika.
How far
I know.
away is the?
He can't hear it,
the-
so
How far away is the guard from us?
like 40 feet across an empty room of echoey goodness.
Okay, so Sika is going to nod and then look back to Heathrow and just be like, go to him, and he's gonna like take his hand and just hold him and be like, whisper to him, it's like, I need you to get back to the bridge as fast as possible.
Well, I need to talk to Lady Elsro first, but
Heathrow, if you stay here, you may die.
yeah, not that.
No,
old.
Heathrow. Sika's taking his breath because he really doesn't want to see him hurt. Just so that he understands the confusion. I will talk to her about what I can, and I will bring you an answer. But I am afraid that things related to what happened on the bridge are happening here, and I will tell you more, but you need to get out.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Does it help at all that I'm standing there looking very stern?
This man responds to magical people.
Oh, just so you know, my first roll is a nat 20. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Oh, that's true, Bill. He also has a disdain for flesh grafting.
Oh, that's right. I could mention that too, couldn't I?
What was your second roll?
Oh, sorry. I'm adding it now. So, 29.
He goes,
Doing crafting.
they're both thorns.
Their son is turning into a leshen
A lesson.
due to the wild hunt. I want to say more, but we must. I know. Please keep your calm. Please. If you. 5 doors that way, you sent us where the teleporter is.
Yes.
You know, as I only know because of how much you have expressed for me, but I have seen it with my own eyes. Her son is being grafted upon by the wild hunt. And if you, and why do you think this place is so empty? They're leaving. I know this is a lot to say, but I will talk to you more, but please, can you get out?
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You kidding me? Gets up. I have to pee. He's gonna turn and leave.
But before he leaves, like, send message to whoever that you trust the most that this house is no longer trusted.
Leaves. I must shit. I'm old. This isn't something that's up for debate. This is something that's gonna happen. Whether one way or
It's
another.
kind of him to shit in the teleporter so it doesn't stay in the place.
The butler looks at one of the guards nearby, who nods and follows after him. You note. What's everyone's passive perception?
21.
16.
God, good God, with a 21 passive perception. What the fuck? what the shit? What the
Hit me
literal
with
ass
passive
cheeks?
investigation, and I got you. Passive instant? No.
Okay.
Just hit me.
The
Hit me. And I die.
the soldier in plate armor that
Reggie's is 18. Continue.
okay. Reggie also notices this. And that's not a flesh being underneath all that plate armor. It's a warforged, concealed in plate armor. That follows after Heathrow. The lady will see you now. Best not to keep her waiting.
So I was, make sure I was whispering with Heathrow when
Yeah.
it came to. Okay.
We didn't see any of the rest of our party at any point. No? Okay.
Excuse me.
Not yet. Yeah. Well, wait for it. She's following like right next behind Zito.
Okay.
So,
Robin, Elstro would have been called away. Are you wanting to follow, or are you gonna skedaddle somewhere else within the obsidian hall?
She's definitely like. I know we gotta go down to get the sister. Does she look like she's heading down, or?
She does head down a singular floor, but if you were to follow, you would see that the stairs do continue on downward to other floors.
Okay, then I'll probably go to like that point, and then I'll look at Grandma Amethyst and be like,
Mm-hmm. Yes, dear. Oh. I mean, I would like to go find my sister. You do what you need to do, dearie. And she will descend.
Where did my brother come? Who did my brother come?
Your brother has been tagging along, and is nervously kind of, you see the hands kind of wringing nervously off to one corner.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna like crawl into the inside of one of the gloves because magic.
Okay. Okay.
Because he's not like, he just
Yeah.
is like the image stuff.
That's pretty good. That's good thinking.
And I'm gonna like ratatouille the hands, and I'm gonna be like like looking at him.
Your brother's a good chef.
Pretty much asking, which way do you want to go, bro?
I guess he would want to go see what's up with Lady Elsro. So it comes down
Okay.
to you.
If he's good with letting them go get their sister, I want to follow Elsro.
Okay.
So
The hands.
I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna in the glove.
There's so many like difficult layers of communication to pierce through here. Okay. Following after Lady Elsro, you watch as she has a few close words with a few people who she comes into contact with. You overhear, who's here? Who's here? What do you mean? Oh. And then there's a moment of, oh, pray they have some information on Hollick. And she's going to continue onwards. No, I don't want to talk to that wizard right now. He's just going to talk about longleaf tea. Before
She doesn't even know that her kid's back.
No.
Oh shit. The heck? Okay. I'll just keep following her with bro.
Okay, then you are able to be, let's get another stealth check.
Okay.
It's that or I make the stealth check as Soren and you give advantage.
39.
Yeah, I thought so.
You put the rogue on a stealth mission.
Yeah.
You do know about the anti-magic field, and so therefore you have to stay pretty close to the door, the entrance of the room, and you can see all the 100 feet down the way, where Lady Elsro has finally gotten across and sits herself down on this obelisk of a throne. That throne looks old. Looks like old world old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And soon the rest of the party is brought into the room.
Cool.
The party reconvenes here. Announcing Zito Barbera, Kazric of the Fune, and Sika. Looks at you. Star-kissed.
Gives
Yeah,
him the
just a
once
bit.
over.
He knows his job. He earns his bread. The court announcer. The three of you enter the room and looking about. Again, all of the beautiful, ornate pictures depicting the slaying of the dragons and the Sunton Isle saga, all of that's gone now. Even the massive art has been packed up, but the stone throne, that thing does not move. And as the party moves across that 100 feet, you get to the threshold where you know the anti-magic field resides. It's about 30 feet from the throne. And you watch Lady Elsro pull out these two metal balls and begin to fidget with them. As she goes, I am pressed for time, Zito. I trust you have news, you and your friends.
We do, Lady Elstro.
I'm gonna pull out the letter that Toril gave me, and this is you sent us to find, or
Sent you to find you came to find Soren, and you were paired
Right.
with the two by Lady Elstro, who then went
to
missing.
to get them to their home. Right?
Mhm.
Okay. The mission that you sent us on was to make sure that Toril and Ilan riots were delivered safely. And unfortunately, before even leaving the city, they were abducted. We tracked them down. By the time we were able to get to them, only Toril was still alive. This is a letter from him certifying that he is safe now.
She takes it, puts it on the armrest, and leans forward. What else? What did you discover? Do you have any news of my son? He was in the same region.
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
Did we get the name? No, what was the guy's the guard?
Guildshad.
Guildshot. Yes.
Before making our way into the city, we were met by Guildshot. He has the body of your son currently. He is attempting to bring him back from. But, my lady, if I may, I must advise against that. By the time we found Holland, some terrible things were being done to him, and he was in the process of being turned into a Leshen.
A Leshen? Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I defer to.
I produced one of his teeth.
My strength is not necessarily in the knowledge department, so I will defer to Kazric and Sika here on the veracity of that.
She is reeling. And you can see sadness and anger. Anger, like a deep-seated hatred bubbling up. Not directed at necessarily you, but there is a unpredictability about her right now. She seems volatile. And this is the kind of person, you know, to casually have people executed if need be.
Right.
We know who did it.
Speak.
When we were there, inside on our journeys, we went through the mountains. We found the Wild Hunt. And they had their mystics trying to graft him to his dragon. And
Do we also point out that he's slightly whispering this, but I don't think it's as stealthy as he intends. I think he kind of whispers so Jessica and Zito hear it. Like, do we also point out the fact that he tried to kill us, and he also was wearing the stuff on
Immediately
a different
puts hand in front of
Okay.
Kastric's
No,
face.
I want to hear this.
That's me lifting my hand away from you.
Yeah.
He was wearing the colors of a different house.
Yes, I know that. What else?
Oh, he was trying to kill us? I'm new to all this. Hello, hi, I'm Kazakh.
Why
I
Was
don't know.
my son trying to kill you?
We tried
If there's
well-
anything that I know of when it comes to this was when we left your care the first time, we were inside of your tavern and he asked us to leave. Granted, he may have been a bit forceful, but we went on our way as he requested us to. And then when we were inside of the jungle, he just came at us. He
And
saw
with all due respect, my lady, we didn't wait out his attack to ask him why.
We were very confused. Very confused. I was trying to just, learn more about some of the ruins that were inside of that jungle. And next thing you know,
A very light nudge from Zito.
You get a warning look. Zito.
I do.
Oh yeah.
I
So that's twice you've tried to perceivably, from her point of view, filter the information being handed to her.
Stick is going to. Can I do a check to see if I can see that she's upset? Or is it
You do
physically?
not need a check. She is
Okay,
holding
so
back
Stick is-
tears.
The Stick is going to just place a hand on Zito's,
Angry
like,
tears.
I was like, allow me to speak to a mother. When I fell deep into a cavern and resurfaced out in the water, and when I came, I saw his dragon being taken away by, I can only imagine, dark creatures. And then he went after to try and save his dragon, but for some reason, he just came at us, and I don't know why. But when we went in to go more into the jungle, we found the wild hunt, and I witnessed them attaching his body to them, but Zito here could not let that stand, so we stopped them, and we took him from the dragon's corpse, and we were trying to bring him here, but as mentioned, we saw him turn into a Leshen, and I suggested to stop this, that we temporarily held his life, because I could bring him back. Held his life in silence, so we can bring him to you, and you can have your son and choose what you're doing, but then the guards wish to take him away, to do it on their own.
And there was also an attempt by one of their clerics to do and it didn't work. So
I've been betrayed.
Who's betrayed you? If you don't mind me asking. Is it a reason why all these changes?
Come with me. You're the only ones I can trust right now. And she's gonna get up and take you by the arm, Sika, and start shepherding the party towards a side door. Turn my son into one of their fucked up abominations, will they? And she starts looking at the Warforged distrustfully, and she starts looking around, perceiving that she's been betrayed by the elven nobility. And she's going, and Robin, you and Satyr Hands quickly try to move along behind to keep up until you are in a lead room. It is silent here, magically so.
Does this?
Am I fading because of how anti-magic it is? Or anything?
It is not anti-magic.
Okay.
But you watch as she comes in and starts writing.
Does this imply that the elves? Oh, I guess no. We already knew that the elves and the Wild Hunt were sort of.
No, they were not. She has
Remember-
gotten the wrong thing. She's gotten it wrong.
Okay, that question was whether or not this is implying that the elves and the Wild Hunt were working together.
No,
We were
the
just
elves
learning that.
specific,
No, okay.
the Wild Hunt specifically was like, you're not even Fey. you may have Fey ancestry, but you're just watered. You're just fancy, spicy
Yeah,
humans, aren't you?
they attempted to talk to him and it didn't work out, and also they didn't give two craps about Lady Eviosa, the druid. So clearly, Faye's doing Faye stuff.
Yeah. Faye is the Wild Hunt. Not even just the Fae. The Wild Hunt just believes they are better than everyone else and
everyone
at the top
else,
of the food chain, and everyone else is at least one tier down and on the table.
But also,
When-
she doesn't know that we know she's in league with the elves.
Right. So she's going to write down. She's going to carve it into stone and hold it up to the party. And it says, "You will escort me away from this place at all haste. We have been invaded by elves." And that is where we're going to end the episode.
We have been invaded when you let them in.
I wanted to ask us.
We'll have to get
Next
to that.
episode.
Goodness gracious. Chat, thank you so much for being here. Love you all dearly. I hope you had a good time. We did just have a podcast episode come out involving the church and the various churches of the of this campaign, and some interesting things to do with it. I'm not going to get into it because my poor party is already having to work very hard to suppress the need to go listen to the spoilery podcast. But I'm Sir Feffers, the Humble Dungeon Master at the Longshot table. You can find me everywhere. And I've got a Patreon if you want to help us further. Do please hit up the YouTube and hit that subscribe button. We're able to get ad revenue from that. It's pretty fantastic. And do hit up our Discord. We are as chaotic as we are wholesome. And most importantly, we have bingo. Did anyone win bingo? Let me know.
No.
Oh.
No.
I think that's it. Taylor, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master for the LARP Hindfall. Check us out at hindfall.com. It's awesome. I play Robin. Robin, it feels like she's getting closer and closer, and she's kind of learning a little bit of what her powers are. The have you tried really hard concept made it seem a little bit easier to her, a bit, but I think she was mostly going off of like Helvethea always turning into a mouse, so she was leading a bit by example of what she had seen, which I think is going to how a lot of her learning goes. So if she'll probably end up asking Kazarick soon more informations about druid stuff so that she can maybe try and learn some of it. She is very concerned with the fact that like this mom didn't seem to know what was going on with her child and is now getting really upset, and that kind of makes her like wonder, like what her parents are thinking, like if her parents are out there, and like curious. Was magic right at the right time.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hello.
But yeah, I'm excited for what's coming up next. I feel like we're getting into some of the like answers here, maybe, or at least interacting with the person that I think it kind of felt like we were gonna be kill on Sighty, with like how evil she seemed like was doing. But now I'm curious what she has to say. I'll toss it off to CB.
Hey, hello everybody. Omega here, also known as CritBard. CritBard across all social media channels, except for the places that I'm not because they suck. I've been Kazarick, our apothecary alchemist, who has feelings about death, as we see this episode, but also is still a kind of an aloof individual, learning and seeing and not trusting, and whatever's happening here with Lady Elsro is very intriguing at the very least. So how we go forward from here will be interesting, but he is at a point where he wants to start intentionally experimenting with not just the things he can create, the bombs, thinking about the life essence that Zito taught him about, and also trying to figure out more about these crystals. More importantly, to get his own, because he doesn't think he can do much with this one since it's owned by someone else. But it's still good to get information from. Yeah, very excited to see how we continue forth. Also, if I'll need to use any of the 2 poisons I have created on my person. Who knows? We'll find out. I will toss it to Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. I'm playing Zito Barbera, Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. And, I was hoping it'd be fight on sight. Diplomacy is always much more wordy. Should be more grunting and thuds.
And sweat.
But that's
And blood.
just my opinion. Now I have to like think about how to proceed. It's
What was up with the Colleen thing? I didn't see that coming.
it was only entirely because this cat in my lap turned into a woman in my lap. And it's probably the first time that Zito has been like touched by a woman in several years because he's been at war.
All right. And what do you got going on
Shane.
aside from running the summer series coming up?
Oh yeah, I got a summer series coming up. We are finalizing the roster for that. I have some fun ideas, and by fun ideas, I have some evil plans.
Oh, goody.
It'll be a good time.
Would expect
We're gonna have a
nothing
good
less.
time. Yeah, it's been a great time. I am perpetually on tour, so if you want to come see me do stand-up comedy, my next shows are in St. Louis and Kansas City, Missouri, April 9th and 10th.
Excellent.
Now, Shane.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Whalley. It's nice to meet you. So Sika had a wonderful day. Before I start, I got new nails, and I know some people want to see it. So,
Very nice.
So new nails for people, so
Very
they can
nice.
see. They are Easter and what it was called spring based. So yay! It's okay. So lots going on. Sika super now curious because he did tell Heathrow to not trust this family, and then now she's trying to get us to save her. So does that mean does he just put us in a conundrum of if we save her, we look like we are part of that family? So he has to think about his next actions inside of this part. Yeah, so the Coven of the Unsung has appeared, and that was something I was really excited to launch with Robin, as Robin and I have talked about it since week 1. So I was really happy to introduce you guys to that. But he is really curious about a lot of things at the moment. What's going to happen with these Warforged, and who she think is betraying them now, and if it's not just the elves, like what's going on through this. But then also, how are we going to get her out? But we're in a leaded room, no sound. He could find a way. What was the other thing? There was something else I wanted to say. I can't remember. I'll probably think of it when we shut off the screen.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it'll pop in there. But this is actually really intense and really great. So I'm trying to think of it, but I'm done. But yeah, hi. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Shane Long. So yeah.
Amazing. All right, everyone, pile into this raid. We're going to kick with the Snickle. Amazing creator. Go show him some love.